Oh, here we are. I was like, what happened?
Looks like the new setup don't work. And we got a harsh echo. All right.
Again?
What's going on? We are back. Three brothers with a shot of milk. We are talking geeks, comic books, video games, anime, news, and so much more. Toys. I think toys in there. We're gonna throw toys in there. I am your host, Rich. You got your my brother. Oh wait, my brother, Jack, Chris. We got the other brother, the white brother, Jack, aka Milk. And we back here to talk about all the good stuff that y'all want to talk about, and we got a lot to talk about this week because a lot has happened. A lot has happened in the past, what, like 48 hours or so?
A lot has happened.
Yeah, so we're going to get into this as best as we can. But first, gentlemen,
we're having some sound feedback going on here, guys.
Still,
you hear that?
I'm hearing crickets or something.
I'm hearing crickets. That's what I'm hearing. A lot of crickets.
A lot of crickets?
Crickets.
Let me mute myself.
It is you.
It is you, Chris.
But I'm going to restart. I'll be back. Talk about your weeks, and hopefully by the time I get back, it'll be my turn.
All right, man. Great.
All right.
Already got some feed in the chat. Fantastic stop motions? Fantastical stop motions? Who's this?
Who's that? I don't know. It's a new guy. Yeah. Hi. I love your vids. All right. I love your guys' vids. I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it. And welcome.
Yeah. Welcome
and,
to the show.
We got C23. Hi. Nice to see y'all again. Good to see you too. Jack, what's going on? How's your week been? What have you been watching?
My week been? Yo,
what's going on in that background? You got a lot of stuff back there. You know what? Go on. Go on. Talk.
Well, I'm moving. So yes, I'm packing up. These are the majority of my comics back there, bundled up and stuff. It's not all of them, but it's the majority of them. So I've been doing that most of the week. So wait, I did watch something. What did I watch? I watched for the love of, I started playing this video game on PlayStation. It's a racing game. It's called, I wrote it down. I don't have any of the stuff. I rushed to sit down.
So like a realistic sim almost? Like what is it? Cartoon?
No, it's almost more like Burnout. It was free to play, but that's the new thing is they give you these awesome games that are free to play, but they give you crappy cars and you buy better cars to play with.
Yeah.
Or as you level up, you get the option to earn points, or you just the pay to play kind of models. But the racing is fun. It's the most Burnout type racing game I've played in a while. What the hell was the name of it though? Vibe or something like that?
Vibe.
I don't know. It dropped last week, so I was playing that. Cat's Quest 3 comes out in August. Come on.
You're excited about that.
There's a lot happening. There was Deadpool was coming out. I'm moving, but then there's Cat Quest 3, so I'm all about that. Man, I watched something this week. I just cannot for the life of me. I guess it wasn't that good.
Maybe it wasn't that good.
Man, what did I watch? Well, shoot, I don't know. I watched something. I guess I've done a lot of work. If I remember, I'll mention it. What's your week been like?
Oh, my week? Oh wait, first of all, we got Chris back in here. Let's see if he sorted it out.
Well, he's gonna kill our sound. We just leave him in the lobby.
Where's he at?
Yeah, way better. That sounds way better, Chris. Wait, I did start reading. I found let me tell you guys this one. A friend of mine sent me a link. If you like reading manga, the website he sent me to is Manga for Life, and so I've actually been reading a lot of mangas. It has
Manga for Life.
Manga for Life, or Manga Life. I'm sorry, it's called Manga Life,
Okay.
and it's got pretty much everything on there, and it's way more convenient to read than having the book. Like I've got a few deluxe editions of the Berserk stuff, which is great to have the page this big.
Right.
But with Manga Life, one, it's free, which is insane to me that all these mangas are free, and even new ones like Chainsaw Man's on there and all that stuff.
Nice.
And it's as big as whatever monitor you're looking at it on, and you just scroll through it. You put it on a long page instead of like one page at a time. You just scroll through the whole thing, and it is so convenient. The image quality is insane. So I've been reading a lot of mangas this week.
Nice. Maybe I'll start doing that. I need to read a little bit more other than just watching a TV or
I'll
monitor.
send you the link. But yeah, anyone watching this, if you're into that content, check out Manga Life. You kind of can't go wrong with it.
All right, Chris. Let's see if we can sort this out. How was your week, man? What you been watching? What you been playing? What you been doing?
Nope. Oh yeah. Oh, what else?
You were super low.
Can't hear anything.
Oh, how about that? Is that better?
There you go.
Hey,
all right.
Chris, wait, man. Welcome to the show. This is Three Brothers in a Shot of Milk.
So it was like, hey, Chris, turn down your mic. Hey, Chris, turn up your mic. Look, it's sorted. Yeah, that's it. I watched that, and I've been crazy.
First of all, go back because we didn't even hear what you did.
Okay.
All right.
I've been playing. I'm like 70% through Spider-Man Remastered.
Okay.
So I've been playing that. I've been playing. You guys remember Command and Conquer? Red Alert.
Yeah.
I went back to that. I've been playing that on the computer a little bit.
All right. I played that on 64 a lot.
Yeah, I wish they would have a modern Command and Conquer series come back out because I love Command and Conquer. And that is it. I'm not really watching nothing. I'm watching just car stuff. I'm not reading nothing right now. I'm just busy working.
Did you finish Acolyte?
I never watched Acolyte.
Wait. Let me say this. I was talking to my brother, and he said, 2 of the episodes on Acolyte were great. And I said, yeah, I don't know what everyone's complaining about. And then I said, well, I actually only watched 3 episodes. So I watched the first one, I watched episode 5, and I watched the last one. And he goes, those were the only episodes
that were good.
Exactly. If you watch them, it's good content. And then he said, it probably should have just been a film and get to the good stuff. It didn't need to be.
Should have been something other than stuff. You know what? I'd have had more respect for it. Not that much more respect for it. I'd have more respect for it if she did the Zack Snyder route and just made her own little thing. Like, she pitched it and it didn't go through, and she just made her own little thing with it.
Well, I mean, those episodes are great. I mean, they're really good.
Yeah, but it's like 3 episodes out of 8?
That's not bad. I mean, that's kind of like how the What If series was.
That's less than 50% of 50% enjoyment rate. That's terrible.
Dang, that's not bad with some content. If you get 50% of it's like good, like those episodes were good. Listen, watch episode 5 and watch the last episode, and you won't be unhappy. I mean, how the lightsaber fights in those 2 scenes are spectacular.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
I mean
I didn't watch it. I watched only the ones that we reviewed, and then I just looked at someone else review it, and I was like, man, this guy. No, yes.
Skip the whole race.
And I'm not going to say his name because he's big time. We ain't big time right now. But this dude he's an English guy, and when I tell you he not only goes into the episodes, but then he like breaks down interviews that they did.
Oh yeah,
it's fantastic. I love it. You are muted again, sir.
Oh no, I was asking Sebastian to grab something.
Oh, okay, all right. So yeah, hold on. First of all, Connie Alaska in the house. What's going on?
What up, Connie?
We got ETC.
What up?
ETC, what's up?
ETC, you
and
still
we got
family
ETC.
back.
I don't think the majority of people finish Acolyte. Exactly, you're right. You're absolutely right, and I'm one of
And
those.
you kind
I'm
of
one of
don't
those
need
people.
to, but watch episode 5 and whatever the last one was.
No, you
8.
didn't see. You didn't see the last episode. You know when she killed the master and bled the kyber crystal without
Hey,
actually bleeding.
spoiler.
No,
Actually,
spoiler alert.
Hmm?
oh
Oh no.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, it was still fun.
Yeah. We got different definitions
Wow.
of fun.
Rich man, hater in the house right now.
Hey, I'll be that. Hey, my week. Hey, thanks for asking.
How was your week,
My
Rich?
week just busy, trying to sort life out. You know, being an adult. Whoever said this was a thing to do,
I don't think
I want my
anyone
money
ever
back.
said that in the history of history.
I want my money back. No, we did when we were kids. We were like, yeah, I can't wait till I'm an adult. I'm gonna play so many video games and watch all these movies. And then Bills just beat us in the head. Like, hey, guess what?
Hey, real life,
Hey.
it ain't free. You know what's funny? When you become an adult, you realize how expensive things are. Like, you know, you're on your own. Like, damn, I need toothpicks.
Yeah.
Toothpicks, you know, the stuff that you always just took for granted in your parents' house that you just have to
Stuff
buy.
that you just wasted, like
Yeah.
toothpaste, mouthwash,
Exactly.
toilet paper.
Exactly. And then you know what? I read a quote that said, "No one realizes how fast produce goes. You don't realize how fast produce goes bad until you have to buy it for yourself."
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. I just had to throw like half of my eggs away because I'm like I did not eat these, and I'm like I had to do the float test to make sure the ones were good. I'm like, okay, these are good. And now I got to make a conscious effort when I buy eggs. Make sure you eat the eggs within the week, Rich. Because anyway,
You can freeze them, but it's a
Really?
whole lot more commitment.
yeah,
You
that's
put bread in the freezer. You put
Yeah,
eggs
we
in the
do that.
freezer.
We do that when we get to
Well, this is 3 brothers and a shot of home
Shot of-
living.
yeah.
life adulting life tips with 3 brothers and a shot of milk.
But yeah, outside of life, I watched Kite Man. You know, I'm just having an alright time with that.
Episode 3.
Episode 3, yes.
I've not gone back.
So yeah,
You're not coming back?
No,
You're
no,
not?
I will. I just haven't.
Okay. I caught up with was it House of Dragons? You know?
Yeah, that I watched. Nope.
Right. What else? I've been watching my anime stuff. I
Did
got
we get the
into
season finale for Dragons?
not yet.
Okay, I'm a little behind
I'm
on that
gonna
one.
give one spoiler for you. Is that
Who's that?
Jack? They're gonna put there's rims on one of the dragons now.
Okay, wow. Oh, I mean, I see what you did there.
Jack, when you watch it, you tell me when you get it.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. That was good. What else? Started Skeleton Knight, right? I believe that's what it is on Crunchyroll. It's a new anime. Oh, also, listen, Go Loser Rangers is now dubbed on Hulu. So I mean, Chris ain't gonna watch it. So, but you know, for everyone else. But I'm not that movie. That show was kind of meh for me. Like I don't know. It's like slow. I'm not sure. It's something with it. It's not clicking with me. And that's really it. Oh, so I've been trying to make content for Starfield, and this game just continuously disappoints me. And now it's at the point that I uninstalled it. I'm like, I'm not. I'll punish myself, but not to this degree. Like this is too much.
Viv walked away from it too. She just said it was getting repetitive and boring, and then she's playing Cyberpunk now, but she was playing Starfield for a couple weeks strong.
I lost audio. I was stuck at one point where I'm supposed to do a mission, and it's like stuck in a loop where it doesn't start the mission. I'm just like, what
That's
am I
cool.
doing here?
Hey, I know I'm a bit of a broken record here, but Cat's Quest 3 is
Okay.
on the corner, guys. It's a week out.
I've been looking at other games to get into, and I think was it Breakpoint, the Tom Clancy, and also Wildlands. I got back into that a little bit too. So you know, trying to get more realistic military, you know, vibes going.
Are we getting a Dragon Age game? I thought there was a new Dragon Age game dropping recently.
I might have missed it. But yeah, that's it. Listen, I ain't got no jokes, but what we're gonna do is get right into this news because there is a lot of it.
Are we skipping Collector's Corner?
Job breaking news.
Oh, I forgot about the Collector's Corner. That's right. So
Rich is hosting, ladies and gentlemen.
I was trying to streamline this bad boy. Yo, listen, we are going to stop at the light. No, actually, we're not going to stop at the light because we're running with Chris's rules. We're going to run past the light, hit the
Damn right.
corner, make sure
Yep.
you hit that slick drift.
And just let it slide,
You
baby.
let it slide, do that little drift around the girls at the corner and get their number because they love that stuff. And then we're going to be right at the collector's corner.
It's show and tell time. ETC just said goodbye. He's got to go back to vacation.
You're still on
ETC,
vacation,
stopping
ETC?
by, man.
ETC, oh yeah, ETC. Listen, go back to your vacation. Also, no problem, man. I mean, I feel like we're friends now.
Yeah.
I know what your face looks like. I know
We
the
know,
crevices
we know your
in
government
your
name.
forehead and that little dimple in your cheek. Anyway,
Your family here. Don't worry about it.
yeah. So, yes, guys, what do you have here in the Collector's Corner? We're showing off everything from expensive millionaire type stuff that Jack has that he acts like he doesn't, and things that you may have made just yesterday because that's what Chris does, and then something that you may have bought because it was on sale because I refuse to pay full price now. Gentlemen, what do you have?
It's Chris, is that your dog in the background?
Yeah, Roxy. All right, I'll go first since I'm talking and yelling and disrupting our show.
I'll make your screen big. I want to see this thing.
I'm on it. There we go. So I want to show in honor of Deadpool and Wolverine. These are the two Deadpool and Wolverine figures that I made. This was actually the first figure I painted, so it's a little bit rough. So I'm going to show it from back here, but you got claws, and this is my Deadpool, which actually came out really good.
Did you print with claws on?
No, the claws are separate. They're glued in.
Oh, good, man.
Yeah.
Especially at a distance.
Yeah, well, I'll keep them here at distance, and then here is my my Toy Biz Wolverine.
Yes.
And this is very accurate because this is the suit model in the movie.
Well, kind of.
And if I switch them, you almost don't know which one is Chris's and which one is the Toy Biz one. Almost.
Almost, yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they got the same articulation.
They do, except this one. Their knees bend.
Oh.
His arms bend.
All right. Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
Looking good.
Well, thank you.
Jack, what you got?
All right. Well, this week, there was I pre-ordered this thing. This is the Superman statue model off of Jim Lee.
Nice.
Okay.
So it's that classic cover. Y'all know that classic cover.
Yeah.
Can I see the back of the cape?
Yeah, no S.
Uh,
But I will say this: cloth cape,
Nice.
wired cape,
Even
and
better.
for statues, the price point is great. The sculpt, McFarlane kind of crushes this one. I'm missing the little triangle at the top of the S. There should be one there. The texture on his suit is really good. You can't really see it on this camera. It's got really great shading. The camera's making it look slightly darker than it actually is in real life. It's got kind of a nice sky blue tint to it. The texture on the boots are just insane how good they look.
Love that texture. Yeah.
Oh man, and they got like a little bit of worn quality, but they're not dirty. But it's got really nice stitching on the thing. I did an unboxing video, and then I'm probably not going to drop it if I'm being honest. But there's not much to review on the thing. But this is such a good looking sculpture. If you're looking, like I got the Man of Tomorrow sculpture because it was on sale. It was like on a ridiculous sale one day, so I was like, why not? And he's got kind of a the face only a mother can love. But this guy looks good. This guy looks good. His hair looks good.
The face sculpt is nice. They've done a lot of misses with Superman face sculpts with McFarlane, but that one hits.
I know. McFarlane, man, what are you doing with this poor guy's mug? But this is a good looking sculpture, and I'm so happy to have add him to my collection. He comes with a card, of course, McFarlane. He's got a humongous base, but even without the base, he stands just fine. So
I like that. That I like.
Yeah. So that's my show and tell this week. I highly recommend anyone who is a Superman fan and you're looking for something. This guy's about 12 inches tall. And I think for the price point, what you get, is pretty awesome sculpture. Actually,
How much was it, Jack?
I think it was 30 something.
That first sculpture, that
Okay.
is, because some of those
Yeah.
sculptures get like start like $200. They're expensive.
That's what I'm saying. And I have a
Yeah.
couple. I mean, I've got a couple of the big 2 foot sculptures. My sister got me one back in the day, and it is a good looking sculpture, but it's like a $300 sculpt. So for like under $50, $40, this thing is very nice.
And you got the
And you don't mind opening it, you know? It's like it's not a $300 thing.
yeah.
Very nice. All right.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's angry looking, but he's definitely determined.
And
Right.
Big
He's
Troy,
determined to
what's
keep
up, man?
Metropolis safe. Excuse me.
Yeah.
What's going on? Yeah, Big Troy. What's up, good people? What's up with you, Troy? How you
What's
doing?
up?
Welcome. And this is the comment that Jack was just talking about. He looks angry. Tough time pooping.
Hey,
Never strain. Listen.
no, it's very dangerous.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. Your booty hole
especially
can
when you
go
get
inside
older.
out.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
What you got, Rich?
what do I got? Stuff that's on sale. Like I saw this pop. It kept popping up on my timeline every time I'm in anything, and it's Destiny. Like I used to be really big into Destiny, especially when it came out, and a little bit into Destiny too. But then after a while, I was just like, nah. But I got this. It's a book. This thing was like $10.
Yo,
It's a book for all the exotic weapons.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
you know, I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for stuff like this, man. You
That
know,
coffee
I
table
love my
book. Coffee
collection.
table books are dope.
Yeah, I mean, this will sit on my bookshelf. Like all these weapons,
Yeah.
most of them I didn't get, but you know, this is dope stuff. Like I love stuff like this. So it's pretty. It's hardcover. It's nice. Gives you the description and like the little bit of the lore of each weapon, and it's good quality. I like it. It's kind of a little bit raised. I like that too.
You put it on your coffee table, you look fancy, but you're still a nerd at the same time.
Yes.
yeah, like a
Checks a lot of
classy,
boxes.
Exactly. Like a what?
nerd.
I say because you put it on your coffee table, like you look classy, but you're still a nerd at the same time. It checks a lot of boxes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
coffee table book.
You'd be a clerd.
Thought you said something kind of slick there, but you know.
Oh no.
You gotta catch Chris. You gotta catch. He'll throw it out there real quick on you. But yeah, it's dope. Like I love stuff like this. Like even I remember when you used to buy games and you used to get things like this. You know, to a degree.
Used
Now
to
you get
have
nothing.
to. Man.
Yeah, like now it's just like it's all a bunch of digital crap. Like I was looking at, Suicide Squad, and I was looking at the reviews for Suicide Squad, and one guy was like, "I can't believe I bought this game, and not only that, I bought the $100 version." I was like, "Oof!" So I was like, "Let me go see the $100 version, digital content, skins." I'm like, "Oh man, you got ripped. You usually you get $100, you get like a sculpture. Like I got the Titanfall, I got the big robot,
And it's a digital version.
yeah,
I remember Call of Duty used to get the night vision goggles.
right?
Like,
You get so much stuff back in the day. You used to get a physical disc, and you get stuff to put on your face and wear and act stupid and nerdy, or just show off. Now you get nothing.
I don't understand buying a digital version, especially if it's pre-order. If it's on sale and it's like 25% of its cost to get it digitally, get the digital all day, sure. But if you're paying full price for a digital version and you got nothing to show for it at the end of the day,
Well, I'll get the digital version because one, I don't go to the stores anymore that much, and two, like, why do I need the physical copy? Because most of the time you put the disc in, you can't play without internet anyway.
yeah,
that's true. But here's the thing about the disc. That stuff maintains some value.
Who they coming for you? Who's that? Who they coming for?
What is that?
Yo,
Ghetto
man,
bird.
that's a big chopper.
That's a chopper. It's like
That's
beginning
a
of
convoy
yeah,
chopper. Whoa, she's just got real out here. You know, but I mean, like for example, I just took a stack of old video games that I haven't touched in over 20 years, and I sold a chunk of them, and I made a few $100 off it.
nice.
Okay.
And I'll take like some crappy old PlayStation 2 games that I'm really never gonna play again, and I get $5 to $15 a pop just selling the hard copies. You can't do that with the digital version. Maintains no value.
Yeah.
True.
The problem
True.
is that when I got my sets, I got digital version of the consoles, not the disc version. But the problem with that is it's cool, it's
Yeah.
cheaper, but I can't buy used games, which is exactly what you're talking about.
That's the other thing, right?
Yeah. Well, always buy the disc versions because say there's a game out there. I mean, but now because you're talking Game Pass now, a lot of stuff goes to Game Pass. You can just play it right then and there, and also they got the cloud gaming.
Cloud gaming is fantastic. You just jump. You just jump right in, and not wait 3 hours to play a game.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Good collections and money and all that stuff and deals because I'll be catching them deals now, baby. Anyway, let's check out these comments real quick. Super constipated. Yeah. Super constipated. Then I mean, it's nice. Listen, books. You gotta have something physical in your hand. You can sit there, flip it through it, and it's good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Connie, Alaska, nice book. Thank you very much. The future will opt out of disk drives soon. You could even get HD, all cloud. Yeah. $200 of games, all digital, remote. Yeah, future. Yeah. You're right. Won't get fat thumb typos. Oh, won't get. Soon. All right.
Everything will be spoken.
You know what? You know what Stan Lee said when they started digitizing comics? Remember how when you used to buy a Marvel comic, you used to get the digital copy too? Yeah. They asked Stan Lee, do you think that the digitalization of comic books will kill the medium? And then Stan Lee said, comics are like boobs. It's great to look at them, but sometimes you just want to hold one in your hand.
Wow.
You can't argue that logic.
You can't. That's pretty
And
good.
same is true with books.
Yeah.
The book in general, right?
Yeah. Sometimes you just want to have the thing in your hand and sit there and read it and go through it. Yeah. You're right. Audiobooks are great, but a physical book just can't beat it sometimes.
I gotta write that quote down though.
Yeah, I'll find the exact quote, but that's the quote though. I thought it was pretty smart.
All right. Well, with that being said, let's get into this news because there is a lot of it.
A lot.
Jaw-breaking news.
As we all know, not unless you've been living under the rock, we have San Diego Comic-Con going on, and a lot of stuff has popped off in, what was that, Hall H? That's the hall they call it?
Yeah.
The famous hall? I don't know. I'm not from San Diego. So, what we got, I'm just going to run through a few little things that I found interesting. We got The Walking Dead, Season 2, Dead City. I watched it. I don't know if any of you guys watched it. It was all right. It had Negan and what's her name?
Glenn's wife, right?
Yeah, Glenn's wife. Nice booty. What's her name?
Maggie.
Wow. She got a nice booty on her. Anyway.
Maggie?
Maggie. Yeah. But they're over there trying to make things happen in New York City because obviously we all know she wants to kill him and he's the guy, right? He's the guy to get things done. Anyway, we also have Apple Plus TV. Silo Season 2, again, something else that I watched, and I enjoyed it. I recommend all y'all watch it too. We got Jack's favorite, The Ring of Power Season 2. Hey
man, is it another $1 billion episode?
The most beautiful show that no one ever watches.
Exactly. It's going to be fantastic stuff, and Jack will be there with his Galadriel outfit on, cosplay, because he loves it. Galadriel, what's her name? You know her name.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
We also getting a prequel for The Boys.
Glamorous and magical. Galadriel.
I don't know, man. The one who made her whole unit look incompetent.
I got you. Yeah. Spectacular.
We got The Boys prequel. So it's going to be taking place in the 1950s. We're going to be following Soldier Boy and Starfront. So We're going to pretty much see the rise of Vought, pretty much.
Okay.
We got a trailer for Creature Commandos. We got a little teaser from James Gunn. We are following the monster villains from DC Universe. It's pretty much the Monster Suicide Squad.
Who is it? Swamp Thing?
No.
Was this one? We got the Bride.
You got Frankenstein.
Oh, wait. Is this the Monster Universe? It falls into. Is this the Universal Monster Universe?
No. This is Creature Commandos. It's like Suicide Squad with another team.
Oh,
It's Amanda Waller's other team.
Right.
oh, shit. Okay.
Because they got rid of Suicide Squad and told us
I
that you
sent
can't,
you the
can't be a
trailer
part of
in the
that.
group chat.
You
Chris.
did.
Those trailers are dead. Yo, you literally saw
Are
the
you
trailer
serious?
in like 15 minutes. I clicked it, and the
No,
trailer.
that was the Fantastic Four trailer. That they killed that one in like 30
Yeah.
seconds. I mean, that was gone quick.
But yeah, it looks fun. It looks like it's gonna be a good time. We also have Like a Dragon Yakuza, which is coming to Prime Video. Wasn't sure, didn't dig too deep into. I'm not sure if it's gonna be live action or animated or whatever the case may be. But that was a good game. Y'all should check that out if you get a chance. We also got a new Penguin trailer, which
Yeah.
man, when I say I am ready for a DC Sopranos,
You got it.
That's it. It's a
Like-
stylized Sopranos. I'm all about that content.
it looks so good. I'm just like I'm in it. I'm just in it with the trailers. Like I can't wait for it to come out.
Yeah.
We got some big news, and y'all chime in here, whatever it is that I may be missing. One thing that I know is Fantastic Four because we didn't get to see it because they killed that link quick.
Jack,
I
can
tell
just
you what
tell-
the trailer was.
Yeah, could you please?
All right, so here's the Fantastic Four trailer that premiered at San Diego Comic-Con, was on the internet for 10 minutes and then disappeared. Now, you guys, a friend of mine sent me a really, really fuzzy link to one. I'll send it to you guys to watch. It's super rough, this one, but the other link was straight off the screen. It's I'll be brief on it. The whole thing looks like it's set in like the 60s. So it
Yep.
looks like they're
Right.
going vintage 1960s Fantastic Four comic book route. And you really don't see any action per se in this teaser trailer. You see Reed Richards teaching a class on something. You see the whole family. You see a lot of close-ups of their name tags. See the texture on their costumes. They're in the real traditional blue costumes. You see the flying car. It looks almost like an episode of Meet the Jetsons, right?
Yeah, they
Okay.
sound like futurized retros, like a '60s Cadillac.
Right.
Exactly. It's retro futuristic. The whole vibe of the trailer is it's wholesome. It looks like it's going to be fun, but it left me going, I know it's a teaser trailer, but I don't understand where this content fits anywhere into the MCU. And is this like the Eternals where we're saying it's the same kind of timeline, but it's in the future and maybe something happened that displaced them, which is why we don't know about them?
Or it's in the past.
Yeah.
But if it's in the past, why they don't exist?
Right. Exactly.
It's the problem with some of the Star Wars content always being, prequels.
Right.
Like how does none of this exist if people are doing what they're doing in the Acolyte? Then how does none of this exist moving forward? Right? It's the problem with these prequel series.
They try to do too much, and then it doesn't follow suit with the stuff in the that we already have.
And it's so retro. It is so stylized retro, and and that's the other thing I'm saying. It's like future tech. So there's no way this world exists in our natural timeline.
Is it like Fallout? Like Fallout 4?
Yeah, yes, somewhat like Fallout, because Fallout is definitely like that retro, but also kind of futuristic.
But it's not post-apocalyptic at all.
No, but I'm not.
No, but like before, because
I'm talking
they
about
had
the
like
technology.
yeah, like they had like fusion reactors, like the robots that they had flying around. They had pretty much fusion reactors on them. So
Yeah. And obviously, talking about Fantastic Four, that leads us to the big review that happened.
All right, listen, we'll get to that. Since we're talking about Fantastic Four, and you talked about what was that? The one that everyone tries to forget.
Which one? There's three of them, but the
Immortals,
one with
not the Immortals. With the giant celestial hanging out the ocean and no one talks about. They brought him back up, and guess what? Now Adamantium is back not back in, but is now in the MCU, and there's going to be talks of the the Celestial sticking out of
Did
the
you say
ocean.
adamantium?
Yeah,
adamantium,
I read
yes.
that too. They said that that's where adamantium was sourced from. Was from the
Right.
Celestials that came from Eternals. So that's going to tie Eternals into, I guess, into the MCU. I mean, it's in the MCU, but it's like no one talks about it. It's like the redheaded stepchild of the MCU.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I forgot the name.
Well, they
Any
teased the thing sitting in the ocean the last few times
Yeah, but they teased it and they did nothing with
right.
because they did nothing with it.
it.
With that being said, we also got Captain America: Brave New World. We
Yeah.
found out where why am I going to mess this man's name up? Guyan Carlos.
No, yeah,
Elisha?
Gian Esposito Carlos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. His
Yeah.
his character is the leader of the Serpent Society, Sidewinder.
Yeah.
And we got all the cast out there, looking good. Everything we got, everybody. We got footage from the Thunderbolts.
Well, Harrison
which-
Ford made an appearance at Comic-Con,
Yes, he did, and he's
and
really
I'll just
embracing.
casually say he Red Hulked out.
Yep.
So Lawrence was getting pretty huffy on the chat about nothing was official, and I was getting pretty huffy with, come on, man, it's pretty damn official.
It had to be. Everyone knew. Anyone who's ever read World War Hulk, you knew that was going to be General Ross.
Of course, but
Who
he
else is gonna
refused
be?
to. He just did not want to let it be like, yes, Harrison Ford, 100%. But when Ford gets on stage and he goes, ah, ha, ha,
Wait,
I'll say this. Sage saw the video and she goes, "You guys are such geeks." It's like the whole crowd went wild.
Yeah.
What do we got? Well, let's just jump into the big ones. Well, the Russo brothers are coming back to direct the Avengers. We have the Avengers Doomsday, bless you. And
Thank
we
you.
also have Secret Wars, one coming out in 2020, May of 2026, and May of 2027. And with that being said, we have our big bad.
You mean it's not Jonathan Majors anymore?
It's not,
They moved past one dude in a suit and went straight to Doom, Doctor Doom.
Yes, and our actor for Doctor Doom is Robert Downey Jr.
Yes,
and when
they
I tell
cast
you,
Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom.
Yeah, I was excited when I saw that, but I was also like, why?
Right?
So
my question is, obviously, if the character in this is supposed to be Victor Van Doom,
right,
then there's, I mean, let me preface it by saying I'll watch Robert Downey Jr. play any role. I don't have a problem with that. There's plenty of actors who could play Victor Doom.
Yeah.
So is this version of Victor Doom alternate version of a Tony Stark? Because he's just a dude.
No, what I'm thinking is they're not gonna give us any pre like face stuff. It's gonna be Doom mangled so that we won't recognize RDJ as RDJ. So it's gonna be Robert Downey Jr. and then he's gonna be like Doctor Doom, just like Josh Brolin played Thanos and Cable. Like you can have, especially if you have a masked guy that's deformed.
Yeah, but when Brolin played Cable, that was Fox.
It's all what is the name right now.
Yeah,
it is now, but it wasn't then.
That's true.
It's also like Chris playing the Human Torch and playing Captain America,
Yeah.
or even Ryan Reynolds playing Green Lantern and playing Deadpool. Like we saw the cross studio jumping was happening, right? That's not what this is now. Yeah, Corey. So we got some feed in the chat. Rob Downey Jr. is a safe hire and he's bankable, and that's really what it boiled down to.
Yeah.
Also, in the chat, Connie Alaska says, "We found Final Fantasy all 5 and the lunar CDs. Do you want them?" And the only appropriate answer I have, Connie Alaska, is yes, please, and thank you. Unless they belong
Absolutely.
to my sister, in which case, please don't get me in trouble.
Funny how
past.
the past keeps coming back from the past. Yeah.
That's what you do.
Yeah. So we have that. We got. I mentioned Brave New World. We got the big banger, which was the Avengers. Also, I'm just looking right now as I'm scrolling down. Did y'all watch From yet? Y'all didn't watch From yet? No.
From look great. We getting
Yeah,
season 3?
we getting season 3 of it, and I'm excited. September.
Yeah,
This guy is going to
yeah.
be all over that. I don't know why y'all haven't watched it because you just don't
Well,
have
what platform
taste.
is it on?
It's on Prime. Well, it's on MGM Plus, which I watched through it on Prime. So,
Right, but
uh,
you have to pay the extra subscription.
yeah, you got to
On
pay the extra subscription. It's like a couple more bucks. It's not crazy.
$1
It's not
at a
crazy.
time.
$1 at a
Next
time.
time
But
is
then
Mrs.
also, usually if you haven't signed up for it, they'll give it to you like a couple months for free. Just watch what
Oh,
you want
that's
to
true.
watch and take it off. Just make sure you remember to take it off. We got Vox Machina, which I was enjoying. I know the rest of y'all don't like it.
Fox Machina.
Yeah,
Oh,
Vox
yeah.
Machina season 3. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 What season is that?
Season 3.
What happened to season 2?
You didn't watch it.
They skipped 2 and went straight to 3?
No, season 2 came out. You just didn't watch it. Yeah,
Wow.
this guy did.
What
This
what
guy.
about what about the other series that was actually really good?
Which on Netflix.
No, on yeah, Netflix.
I
Was
remember.
it
I just can't remember the
Deuce?
name.
Was it? No, it was.
They didn't. There's no word of it right now. They
We
say
don't we don't even have a season 2 of that one yet.
no, not yet.
It's great how we all know what we're talking about. We haven't said a single thing.
I forgot the name of it. I'm being honest with you. I got
It's really good
doo-doo
though.
memory.
And the game art for
Or
it
no,
is great.
yeah. I mean, also Blue Eye Samurai is another one we need to get a season 2
Ah,
for.
but Blue Eye Samurai that just finished. We're not getting a season 2 for a minute.
Yes. Keanu Reeves received the Inkpot Award during his Berserker Immortal Saga panel. Uh,
Oh, great.
yeah, so that's fun stuff. I never knew what
So
an
is
Inkpot
that so the his Berserker comic was supposed to be a Netflix movie or series that
something.
I
Yes,
think because of all the strikes that happened, it's just eternally postponed at this point.
That
is it?
sucks.
Yeah, that's horrible. It's a horrible thing. I mean, hopefully they'll get back on track with it, and they'll make it happen. Because if the comic is as good as everyone's saying, which I haven't read, but Jack, you've read it, correct?
I have it here. I haven't read it yet either.
I got
The
some too. I
Berserker?
just haven't touched them yet. I just haven't touched them yet.
Yeah, it's good. It's like, you're dealing with an immortal guy basically on his quest to
To not
figure
be
all that
immortal.
stuff out. No spoilers, but having a series of it would be actually pretty sick.
Yeah, it'll be pretty dope. And yeah, hopefully they sort that out and then they'll make it happen. What else? Am I missing anything? I talked about the
Uh,
Animanium, Secret Wars. We got
we,
Robert Downey Jr., the boy.
Invincible season 4 has been a green lit, and then they
Okay.
revealed the poster for season 3.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what else did you miss? I think that's about it. The new Doctor Who spinoff, which I know Kanye Alaska, some of the people in the chat are Doctor Who fans. So,
Yeah, have fun with that.
they're just confirmed by Disney and BBC. Uh,
I was trying to find news, especially after watching Deadpool. I was trying to find news about Blade.
oh well,
And
I have something. I have something about Blade.
okay.
Kevin Feige, this was 4 days ago, confirms an MCU Blade movie is being developed with an R rating. So it's moving forward.
Okay.
And it's going to be rated R. And yeah, that's it. But Deadpool, they took a shot at Blade. But look, let's get going. Let's get to our debate and let's get to the main event because there's a lot to talk about.
All right. Yeah. Uh, do y'all want to rock the? All right. Listen, it's good news. Chris,
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to respond to me when I talk to you. Okay, stop smiling.
Wow.
Take it off your face. Okay,
Wow.
Jack.
Wow.
Jack, you also stop smiling. I know you probably have the nervous smiles, but you need to calm it all the way down.
Nervous smiles.
We about to it's like nervous shits. You know, it's like sometimes when you're nervous it happens. Anyway, listen, we about to get into this debate. All right.
Let's get ready to rumble.
That guy's voice
Pro
right there.
content. Like, nice job, Rich.
All
We're a
right.
professional operation here at Three Brothers Shadow Milk.
Semi. Okay. You're producing the next Avengers movie. What cameo can you get that will make the fans go the craziest? I'll say, what cameo would you get? I can get anything.
I know what I'm gonna do.
I win.
Oh, you win?
I win.
I win.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
What Avengers in the next Avengers movie? What cameo will drive the audience insane?
Yeah.
Henry Cavill as Superman.
Wow.
Come on, Jack.
The audience would go nuts. They'd be like, what the and what? And then DC couldn't get another one off, and they had to recast it, and James Gunn this is doing that. You bring Henry Cavill back in the costume, coming back into the MCU for a cameo, but the cameo's got to like play out. It's not just like he's in one scene. He's gonna have something in the movie. Like for some reason that multiverse ripped, it dropped him in there, and he got to help fight the big bad. Come on, audience gonna crap their pants. Everyone gonna be throwing the money at the screen. And then what you're gonna have is that amalgam storyline that no one really want to see play out on screen, and everyone's gonna be going like, some things are better left as the childhood memories. But I guarantee you drop this guy right here in the MCU.
Okay.
I should have been more specific in the debate.
What, did I just win the debate?
No, you didn't win.
No.
Please
All right.
beat that.
Well, I'll go next. I will put in Spider-Man, the young one.
Miles Morales?
He's already in
not Miles Morales. No, he's not in the Avengers. Actually, well, I'll bring him
Tom
back.
Holland?
Yeah, he's in Civil War. Under Ruse.
I'm gonna bring him back. They'll love him.
Wait, and you think that's gonna get a bigger fan reaction than bringing Superman in the MCU?
You get all the teens in there. You get all the preteens and the moms. Like, oh yeah, Tom Holland, he's so safe and cute. Oh,
Rich lost.
Whatever, bro. Anyway.
He put someone as a. All right, wait, hang on. The nature of the debate question is, what cameo can you put in the next Avenger movie that's gonna make the audience and the fans completely lose their mind? And Rich has just put Spider-Man, Tom Holland into the next Avenger.
Yeah,
I love it so much.
It'll make money.
Chris, please.
Okay, so let me set up the scene for you guys, because this is the winning question. This is the winning answer. We're watching Avengers. Look, I was gonna say Venom, but no. We're watching Avengers Doomsday, right? We know every Avengers movie, you have to fight a mindless horde. So you're fighting the mindless horde of Doctor Doom. The Avengers, whoever's on the team, they're surrounded. They're about to get mollywopped. All of a sudden, you have a blast hits the ground. Out of X-Men 97, Cyclops does a superhero landing, presses his thing, and says, "To me, my X-Men," and starts fighting alongside the Avengers.
With the rest of the X-Men?
Yeah.
But okay, so you're putting the X-Men with the Avengers.
Yes. And then you could transition to A versus X, because these guys start to build a rift. They work together a little bit, but there's tension. And then we could transition to A versus X down the road. 3-4 movies down.
So you put a whole team, not just one person, a whole team.
Well, I put a group. A group. Not
I say a group.
I said you have a cameo. I'm cameoing the X-Men.
So wait, hang on. So wait, Rich, let's make an executive call here. He's able to get Cyclops, but not the rest of the group. So you
Yeah.
think Cyclops fighting along the Avengers is going to make the audience lose their minds more than seeing this
Yes.
guy?
No one's ever gonna be like, what the hell? They see Superman like, what the hell am I watching? What's going on? How has the universe gone down the drain?
You think that's going to be any different than
Down the
what we
drain,
just watched
wow.
with the Deadpool Wolverine movie? These cameos don't make any sense anymore.
These cameos were
Please.
everything. You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Oh, we're going to talk about it. But this movie had gratuitous cameos for the sake of just putting people's faces in a film.
And I loved
Yes.
every single one.
I'm
Everyone
not saying
loves
it
Tom
wasn't
Holland.
enjoyable. I'm not saying it wasn't enjoyable. So I think I won this debate. Let's turn to the audience.
No,
And they said Jack won. Thanks.
It's clear that Chris won.
Corey said She-Hulk. No.
Corey,
Okay.
every answer to you is She-Hulk, Corey. Every answer.
Well, you know, if She-Hulk should have been in anything, she should have been in the Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, because she breaks the
didn't
fourth
break
wall.
the fourth wall with him.
All right.
Should we get to the reason why we're here?
There's a reason why we're here. I'm gonna give it to Jack. Don't let it get to your head, though. I'm gonna say Jack got it. This dude,
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah,
he
come on.
sat there, he brought a whole team into the
Right,
camera.
it's like he didn't even understand his own debate question.
I never
Hey.
made the caveat of one person.
That's right, I did, but you didn't defend it after I put it out there.
I was driving to be fair.
Anyway, listen, we're here
What, you
for.
can't text and drive?
What?
Oh no, you shouldn't be doing that.
I don't text
Oh,
or
right,
drive.
right, you're
In
right.
fact, I have a thing is when you try and call me and say, I'm driving right now, I will call you back.
Oh.
Adulting. So we're back to the beginning of the show. We've gone full.
Just being responsible adults. Anyway, so we're here for the main event, and we are here for Deadpool and Wolverine. And hold on. Spoiler free, gentlemen.
Spoiler free.
Spoiler free, gentlemen. Let's give your opinions on what it was, how you feel about it.
Superhero fatigue is over. Thank you. This was a gift. This movie was amazing. I loved it so freaking much.
Okay, here's my take on it. The script is paper thin. Sorry, it's not a very good story, but it is such a fun film. It makes up for there being a lack of script there.
And that's Acolyte. Take notes. When you have a weak script, you got to make the thing fun or good, action-packed something. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to bring Acolyte into this. I know Jack is sensitive about that. But yes, it was. I had an issue with the first half. Not the first half, like the first beginning. I was like, "What are we doing?" But then I was like, "No, Rich, throw that out." And also, I was kind of upset because I went there at like 1 a.m. showing, and then some crashers came in and they were talking. They reeked of weed. I know I sound like an adult right now, and I had to tell them to shut up several times. But after that, and I was like, "Yo, shove your anger down and just enjoy the ride. Just let it take over and wash over you." I enjoyed it. It was a good time all the way around.
Oh, yes, it was.
I mean, I'll say this. I think this movie has rewatchable value in the theaters. Like, you definitely go more than once.
100.
Absolutely.
I was trying to figure out a way.
But it's not like Inception where you're gonna learn something new. You're gonna go and just enjoy it again.
You may see something new because they're throwing a lot at you.
Yeah.
At certain points.
I give the same thing. You have a movie like Inception that may be like a fine steak. I wouldn't liken this movie to fast food, but it's definitely not fine dining, but you can go to that hole in the wall food truck where that food is slamming.
Yeah.
And that's what this is. You're not going to go expecting foie gras, but whatever you get is going to be slamming. And that's what Deadpool Wolverine is.
If it's still spoiler free, if I think anyone watching this walking away not liking it,
who hurt you?
I would say, do you like comic book content? You know, because that's what this is. It's gratuitous comic book content with little more then fan service at the forefront of almost every choice that's been made for the film. This film is just a fan service smorgasbord, and that's why the script is paper thin, but it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
If you left here angry, you're right. It's like, why'd you even bother watching this movie if you don't
It's
like the
not.
character?
It's not Braveheart. That's not this content.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, go watch Remains of the Day or some other like prestige movie, because this is not for you.
But I will say this: I did walk away going. I was hoping that the story would have been a little better. You know, I did feel like, well, it's fun, but it's kind of a one trick pony after a while. Now it's a fun trick pony. Don't get me wrong,
All right.
but it was kind of like, okay, it's a hat and a hat. After a while, it's just a hat and a hat.
A hat and a hat.
It's a hat and a hat. Should we spoil this thing?
Let's spoil it. Let's get into it. All right. We start out with Deadpool, and kick in here whenever I'm going off track. We start out with Deadpool pretty much fighting the TVA with Wolverine's desecrated corpse.
But doing the dead in sync, doing an on point in sync bye dance as he's fighting.
Yes.
Which was this movie was laugh out loud funny. Like there was times where I'm just cracking up because it was not just like kia 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 chuckle like a name buckle, like actually laughing.
What was that?
Say that again.
You say chuckle like a name buckle?
Yeah, like it's that LL line. Make me chuckle like a name buckle.
Okay.
Wow.
So,
I mean, what was it? I'd say what's great about. I mean, the Crystal in the house. Crystal says the opening scene was epic, and the opening scene is spectacularly epic. What you have in the opening scene is Deadpool eviscerating a whole slew of nameless TVA people in snow. And so snow is white and blood is bright red, and they pull no punches. It is disgusting, grotesque, violent, and it's all just fan service. And he's doing it with, like Rich said, the desecrated corpse of Logan. The movie starts with the movie starts though with Deadpool looking at the audience going, "You thought he was gone? He's not gone." And he starts digging up the corpse just to unearth a really ugly looking corpse. And he goes, "Ah, you're as dead gets." And so then we get the flashback, which eventually leads us to this point, right?
Right.
This
movie I felt was a goodbye letter to the Fox universe and to Fox.
It really was, because skipping, as the credits rolled, you had basically a Fox love letter of all the content that no longer exists because Disney has Disney is basically a Galactus consuming all the planets.
Yes.
Yes.
And so I co-sign that, and soft spoiler. We're going to spoil everything though from this point, so just prepare yourself. If you don't want to hear it, put it on mute and let us you can fill in our voices for us, like do the voices for us. But even the cameos, they're all basically Fox and other entity IPs. We get nothing from the MCU in this thing.
We got Hulk.
You could make the argument that Hulk that we got was not the same Hulk. For all we know, that could have been Norton's Hulk.
Yeah. Well, Edward Norton's Hulk is still Norton's Hulk is still. You're talking about Eric Bana.
You're right. It didn't look like Bana, but we didn't really get Hulk. You got the shoulder of him and a face for half a second.
That face shot was iconic because that was a shot from the cover where you see where Wolverine has his claws out and you see the reflection of Hulk in his claws.
Yes, but to me, and we're gonna get into all that, the Hulk cameo, if you can even call it a cameo, so underserved. The potential for that, even if that thing was 30 seconds to 40 seconds of a Hulk, would have been much more impactful than what we saw was. If I blinked, I actually might have missed it.
No, you definitely would have.
Yeah. So it's like, I would hardly call that good fan service, or a good cameo. The good cameos come halfway to 3/4 into the film. What we have in the beginning of the movie is basically a Wolverine montage where Deadpool goes on a multiverse quest to find himself a Wolverine that he can bring back to his universe.
So
So
before
before we
that,
get
before we do that, Deadpool's pretty much retired at this point, right?
yeah,
He did his shenanigans with the time piece from Cable,
Right.
and now it has a little bit of repercussions. What was his girlfriend Samantha?
Yep.
yeah.
She's alive, but they're no longer together. Deadpool is selling cars at a CarMax, or I'm sorry, a
At a
Drive
CarMax type, CarMax type
Yeah,
store.
at a
With
Drive Max.
arguably the most powerful MCU character no one knows about.
I mean, Peter. What are we talking about?
Who the F is Peter, man? He may be the most powerful being in the whole MCU.
What I know about Peter is the fact that he has his nipples pierced and he has a chain going down to his junk, and
Oh.
when you jerk it, it's a little whoa.
All I know is that Peter's a party, and we can all
Peter
learn
is a
from
party.
him.
Everyone loves Peter.
Everyone, and apparently everyone in whatever corresponding universe they're in has a Peter.
Has a Peter, and they love the Peter.
They love the Peter. They love the Peter. Yes, they love the Peter. Pause. But yeah. So he's a salesman. Kind of hates his job. He's missing it, but he's doing it because he wants to have a normal life so he can get back with Samantha. He still has a thing for Samantha. Samantha's
I
lovely.
don't think that's true at this point in the story, because we get the flashback later, and what we find out is Deadpool Wade went on a find yourself thing to go make himself relevant and important so he could impress and get Samantha's love, or whatever name's love, right? And then
Right.
it didn't work out, so he's the one who kind of
I think
toppled.
I think he's like disenchanted with life, and he's kind of
Exactly.
settled.
So he gave up on everything, and he essentially pushed her away.
It's Vanessa, not Samantha.
Vanessa, yes,
Vanessa.
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 It's only the third movie.
Yes. Anyway, but even still, he still is hanging with the gang, Colossus, the taxi driver guy,
Negasonic Teenage.
Dupinder.
Yeah.
Negasonic Teenage Warhead. That's a
Her-
whole
her
lot.
Her girlfriend,
Yukio, which
Yukio.
everyone loves Yukio. All right.
Everyone loves Yukio.
She's a peach.
She's
We love her.
adorable.
Yeah. And Blind Al,
Who's
Blind
awesome.
out.
who's awesome. And they go on to this whole thing of talking about cocaine, and it's fantastic. No. We can't talk about that. And they
Disney
just
said-
go through all the slang for cocaine.
White girl interrupted.
Oh man, it was so good. So while they're having a little party, it was Wade's birthday. They're having a little party. There's a knock on the door, and it's TVA. TVA's coming to knock him. He's acting like the TVA are a bunch of strippers, and he was like, "Listen, whatever we're gonna do, we got to do it down the hallway,
And you
it's
gotta
gonna
look
be
me in the eyes.
intense eye contact, intense." Okay. Get into a little bit of a scuffle. He get dragged into the TVA portal, and now we are met with Paradox. Paradox is part of a fraction of the TVA, another splintered fraction of the TVA, and he wants to, to jump a little bit ahead. He pretty much wants to destroy Wade's universe timeline. Yes,
Which also, I have to say, instantly, this is where the script starts getting flimsy. This guy has no good reason for pulling Deadpool out of his subsequent universe to pull him into the TVA at the first place. He just doesn't.
Well, he wants him to become a TVA agent. He says he sees potential in him. He wants him to become a TVA agent. And he says, "Look, your timeline's getting destroyed anyway. Just stay here, be a TVA agent, and just join the team."
But anyone who knows anything about Deadpools, also, spoiler, there's about 200 Deadpools in the void. So if you've watched any of Loki this season, then you know what the void is. And it's where all these misfit characters who get pruned go. Right. And so in this Deadpool film, they spend 60% of their time in the void with all these misfit characters. And the joke ends up being, IPAs that went dead. That's also where they went.
Right.
And so there's like 200, 300 variants of Deadpool in the void. So I don't understand why this TVA agent would pull any version of a Deadpool to go work for them.
He's a Deadpooliest of all the Deadpools.
Yeah.
It's just like
Well,
Rick and
he
Morty.
calls
He's
himself-
a
he
Deadpool
calls
that
himself Prime.
he's a Deadpool that, like y'all said, he kind of gave up on life. So
Yeah. Well,
So
what's great about this scene is it's really Ryan Reynolds talking to the audience about the state of the industry at the time, the state of Marvel franchise, how Disney's gone in and bought everything, Fox is gone. And he's basically calling himself the MCU Messiah because everything's been so underwhelming lately.
Time out, because this is so it's almost prophetic, because this is the biggest R-rated movie opening ever
yes.
as of right now.
Mhm.
So he knew this movie was going to be a hit. So
Of
this because he helped write this movie. So he wrote this knowing that my movie is going to just stomp all the other movies out. And that level of hubris and that level of balls, I applaud Ryan Reynolds for doing
but
it.
and it was never not going to happen. The merit of this film that's selling itself is literally the title alone.
Yeah.
Deadpool and Wolverine, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, right? And that's what makes this movie so good. It's literally these two on screen. Every time they're on screen, every scene they have together, this film is enjoyable. The second they start introducing plot to this thing, it starts falling apart. There's no plot that holds up.
I mean,
You know.
I won't go that far.
All right, well, let's keep going. Let's keep going, man. Come on. Listen, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the film. I really, and I'm probably gonna go see it again. But it is not plot-tacular.
So he brings him into the control room. Wade is going through all his little shticks and he shows him a screen. He was like, "Listen, your universe, your timeline, is slowly decaying because you lost your anchor. You lost your anchor hero, which happened to be Logan."
Right.
Right. So this is also new information for anyone experiencing Marvel content to date.
Yes.
To lose a pivotal character means the whole universe eats itself up in a
Whatever.
1,000 years.
But it eats itself up in like thousands of years. So it's not even like it's a quick thing. It's like it's going to take a while before you.
And he's like, I don't want to wait.
And then this guy turns real Snidely Whiplash and starts twirling his stash real hard. He's like, but I don't want to wait. I'm going to blow this thing up in a day. 72 hours.
And actually, we're skipping a little bit. First of all, they show him a whole scene of different Deadpools in different universes. And there was one Deadpool that really piqued his interest because Thor was holding him as he was dying and Thor was crying. And he was like, "Is that Thor? Is he crying? Why is he crying?" And they were like, "Take that off the screen. Take that off the screen." So Wade decides, he's like, "Yes, I want to be part of the team." He goes off to a very creepy tailor who should be on the list.
Who molests him.
He was just
his ass like 6 times in that montage.
And grabbing his junk, and it was just, but he loved the suit, adamantium blades.
The suit looked
everything
great.
it looked fantastic. It looked fantastic.
Yeah.
So comes in and he comes to find. That's when he drops the ball. And was like, "Listen, it's going to take a few thousand years or whatever. It's going to take it's going to take a while for your timeline to be gone. But I don't have time for this. I'm going to have to get rid of it quicker than that." And then he displays the MacGuffin, which he actually called it. What is that? A MacGuffin? And he shows the device that will actually destroy the timeline.
Yeah.
So Wade, he's not having that. So, he was like, "You know what? I'm going to punch you in the face now." Punch him in the face, grabs his device, warps up out of there. And now he's looking for a Wolverine to replace.
Oh, and then he calls it. He's like, "Time for the Wolverine montage."
Right.
And it was a Wolverine montage. And the problem with this segment is just that. It was a montage. And it was very akin to, and don't take this the wrong way, guys, but it was very akin to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Montage, because the most amount of multiverse we got in that movie was when he montaged through them. And so he
Right,
basically
but
montages through.
this whole movie is this movie did what Doctor Strange was supposed to do.
Yeah.
You should see this movie and be like, they even reference it when they talk about a little magician, an amateur magician that came through that messed it up. So they're talking about Doctor Strange. I mean, they did it better than Doctor Strange did it.
I'm not saying they didn't. I'm saying that the Wolverine sequence in the beginning was arguably the most interesting part of the entire movie, and it was only 10 minutes long. I could have watched that for 45 minutes. Him going through and let's get the 5'3" appropriate Wolverine. And we got him, but we got him for 5 seconds. He jumps off a chair and the thing's done. I would have loved to have actually seen that scene. We see Hulk for literally 3 seconds. The fight scene, the epic fight scene, we see it for 3 seconds. I could have watched that for 5 minutes easy. And so this whole let's fast track through arguably the most interesting part of the film and make it a montage was that was the part that was really hard for me. And this movie breaks the fourth wall so hardcore. I would have loved to even seen him go into the studio where the dude's drawing out the Deadpool comic book. I mean, they talk about some of the Wolverine artists at the time, right? When he comes out in the brown costume. I would have loved to have seen some version of Stan Lee drawing this stuff or working on the thing, or Kevin Feige in the room talking about the thing. Like, just how far can we bend the reality of this to get the most mileage out of it? This movie was good, but kind of scratching the surface with how far you can take a thing before you've taken it too far.
Okay.
Sure.
I
Also,
respect that.
we skipped the part. He tried to become an Avenger and pretty much was walked out. It was like, no, that's not going to happen.
You got a big Happy Hogan scene.
You got a big Happy Hogan scene where he's doing the interview.
He's like, I'm sorry, are you an Avenger?
Yeah. He was like, we. I was like, I'm sorry, we? Are you an Avenger? He's like, well, I'm adjacent. But yeah, so he missed that scene. But anyway, now we're back into the montage. Now we're out of the montage, and he finds.
Wait, let's just talk about the montage. You got 5'3" Wolverine.
Right.
We get Brown Suit Wolverine. We get Age of Apocalypse Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
We get the Patch Wolverine.
Right.
We get that crucified Wolverine from which storyline was it? I forgot, but with all the skulls, that one, and then we get Calvary, Henry Cavill.
Henry
Cavill
as Wolverine.
Yeah,
and it works.
It works.
I mean, the guy does magic and whatever he does. But yeah, so we get that because first you get him.
We did not get Daniel Radcliffe. We did not get Danny DeVito. We did not get. There was some missed opportunities here. How far do you take a thing before it's too far?
Yeah. So we get in there. We get the first scenes where he jumps in and he's he talks to them real quick, and then after that we get a second scene where they're all rejecting him in brutal ways, like clawing him, punching him, smashing him into like Hulk smashed him into a tree trunk, almost like Logan how he died. And it was just brutal until he finally came across the one most pathetic Logan of all the Logans.
Who can't get his claws up.
Who can't get his claws up.
I hear that happen.
He got whiskey claw.
He's just drinking in a bar, trying to just get away all his worries, because he has problems that we don't know exactly what they are.
Can we talk about what they are right now, though?
Yeah.
I mean,
so he went out drinking, and the humans rebelled against the X-Men, and I guess a wild mob of humans killed all the X-Men.
Yeah,
and he spent the rest of his time mourning his choice to get drunk and not wear the costume.
Well, he went through and started just mindlessly killing. He said, and he didn't just kill bad guy; he just killed everyone in sight.
Yeah, I had a problem with that. That was a plot hole for me because I'm like, how are the X-Men just getting demolished by a bunch of mob of people?
It's the friends. It could be the Friends of Humanity. They have those like nullifier guns.
If you're
So-
talking about that, then that's the only thing that could make sense to me if it was actually like they had weapons that
Oh, you skipped one of the Wolverines. We actually got Old Man Logan too.
Oh, we did get
Oh,
Old
yes,
Man
we
Logan.
did.
Proper,
And
proper Old Man
he got
Logan.
blasted with a shotgun. Yes,
That's right. The story of Old Man Logan.
It's
For
awesome.
those of you, should I spoil this one? Freaking Lawrence isn't going to watch this.
Don't spoil
You
it.
guys have read it?
Yeah, I've
I
read
have
it.
not. No.
All right, I'll say I won't spoil it. But the reason why Old Man Logan, anyone who's looking for a great graphic novel is in my book top 10, one of the top 10 best graphic novels ever made. Old Man Logan, way better than the movie.
Yeah.
The reason why he is in mourning, and hasn't popped his claws in 50 years is such a humongous reason. And when you finally get the payoff, your jaw is literally on the ground going, that's 100 times worse than my brain was speculating what might have happened. That doesn't happen in this film. And his reason for being the most pathetic Logan in the multiverse is because he basically just didn't join the team, wished he'd joined the team.
Well,
the
they
team
told
a
him to
human.
stay, and he left and went to go drink. He put his alcoholism in front of the team, and because he made that selfish decision, it cost the team their lives.
Didn't they deal with Wolverine's inability to really get drunk because the body just
He
metastasized?
metabolizes the alcohol so fast.
Yeah, so how he spent half this movie drunk didn't make any sense either.
I mean, he's drinking a lot. I mean, he's drinking freaking straight whiskey to the head. I mean, I'm sure if you drink enough fast of it, he's drinking it fast enough. He's drunk for a little bit, and then he just sobers right up. But
It took him the whole day to drink one bottle. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out. Look, you can't.
Okay.
It was certain things that you just can't figure because again, when the humans took out the X-Men, I'm like, what are we talking about? Like, I got the fact that he was a rebel kind of in the first X-Men. He didn't want to like be the team player at one point in time,
Right.
and he's kind of a rebel like throughout all of the iterations that you see.
That's his thing. That's his
that's
shit.
his thing.
Yeah. He's the wrong guy till he becomes the right guy.
Right.
Excellent.
But okay, so now we got we got Wade with the loser Logan. I guess we're gonna call him. We'll call him LL.
Yep.
LL Cool J. No,
Who is
not
wearing the yellow suit under his street
He's like,
clothes.
oh, you have your pajamas on?
So now he grabs him up, take him back to the TVA. You see him wearing his suit, and they're like, "Hey, I have a Logan. Let's put him in my universe. Problem solved. We can go back to everything, right?"
Right.
He was like, "Oh no, you got the worst Logan." This is where we find out he is the worst Logan of all the Logans in the universe, which is a mighty feat to have. Like, to be the worst of the worst, man.
Right.
So he comes to find out this, and then now they go to he starts talking. He's about to go through a whole monologue or whatever, and he prunes him.
Yep.
Paradox prunes him, and then he prunes Logan, and now they're in the void.
The void.
The void.
And so, for those of you who don't know what the void is because you missed Loki, it's basically if they want to get rid of you, they prune you, which sends you to this void, and then one of two things happen to you. You either die in the void because you're eaten by a giant smoke monster.
Loki season 1, episode 5.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Or you die in the void from time. I guess you don't really age out in the void, though, do you?
No,
Like no one.
No, you don't
ages
age out, or you just die because someone kills you.
Yeah, or you have to join Cassandra Nova, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Right. Well, but she didn't exist in the void until this content. So
Right,
is this another void, or she took over the void when Kang left? Kang was running the void.
That also brings up a question: how big is the void?
Right. And why is this version of the void more like Mad Max Furiosa, which they actually reference?
Yeah.
Which was awesome. And I like how they had the 20th Century Fox logo behind him.
Oh, man.
Come on, man. This movie's so good.
So they fall into the void, kind of get through a little argument, and they get into their first actual fight. Right, swords out, claws out, and Logan gets out there and he does his little kind of like a gallop.
Yeah.
Oh, Wolverine. Yeah.
The Wolverine
His movement
gallop.
quality is much more comic book accurate.
Yeah. So the fight's brutal as it's going to be because they they heal really fast, so they really don't die. And
Right.
while that happens, now here comes a roving band of raiders.
Right. Now, also pre-fight, Deadpool looks at the camera and goes, essentially, we know this is why you're here. So here's some fan service. He literally calls it. He goes, this is going to be fan service for you guys.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
Yeah.
So actually, before that, there was a lone stranger on a tower that was pretty much watching the fight the whole time. But then he was like, "Hey,
This is great.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah,
The guy jumps off the tower, lands in a perfect superhero pose,
right."
and we reveal that it's
Chris
It's
Evans.
Chris Evans,
Chris Evans.
and the whole time, Deadpool is thinking that it's a certain Chris Evans.
I think
But
it's
then
Captain America.
As the band comes around, and we had Toad, we have Pyro, we have Sabretooth.
We have the bad guy from the first Punisher movie, Victor, the red and white guy in the suit.
Yeah,
The red and
That's
white
right.
stripe.
we got all these
We have
guys.
the bad guys from the Punisher, and we have the bad guys from the Fox X-Men movies, basically
Right.
showing.
So now they're talking, they're conversing with Chris Evans, who we won't
Mhm.
reveal who he is just yet, and then Deadpool is kind of working up to it. He's like, "Oh man, he's going to say it. He's going to say it." So he's just thinking that it's going to be the Avengers Assemble, and he's like, "Flame on!" He was like,
On.
"What?" He was just so
It's actually pretty
disappointed.
great.
Yeah.
It's pretty great. Yeah.
So he flies up, does a whole thing around, but Pyro, because it's Pyro, he controls flame, so he pretty much just sucks the flame out of Chris Evans, out of the Human Torch, excuse me, and he falls in a comical way, crotch, excuse me, head, which I thought he was dead. I honestly thought,
I thought he was dead too. I thought
he was
dead
done
too.
for, but falls on his neck, and it was over after that. Then
He literally broke his neck on that landing.
yeah,
I thought that was
like-
the end of that cameo, but he gets back up.
he gets back up, but Sabretooth gets down now.
Yep.
And this is the fight. He's like, wait a minute. You look ridiculous. He starts Deadpool starts pulling the swords and the knives out of him. He's like, you give him a little pep talk. He's like, all right, you know what? Get in there.
This is
Slap
a
in
fight.
the ass.
And it once and for all.
And yeah, it was a quick fight.
It took 2 seconds.
It was,
Yeah.
it was 2 seconds.
It was about 10 times longer than the Hulk battle that we didn't see.
Yeah, he chopped his head off. Deadpool comes around. He said, I got the head of your queen, Furiosa.
Oh, God.
Now this is where I had to y'all fill in the blanks here because I had to run to the bathroom at this point
Okay.
because
Well,
they
long
got
story
captured.
short, they get captured. The convoy takes them to go meet the main villain of the story, Cassandra, right? Who, for those of you who don't know, Cassandra is Professor X's
Sister.
twin sister.
Did they go in and take her out in the when she was in the womb?
Yeah, the for this content, her story is they took her from the womb and put her in the void as she was a child.
Yeah, no thanks, right?
And so that's that's her backstory. She basically hates everything.
Yeah.
Did something happen? Do I need to reload?
No, you're good.
No,
We
someone
just-
trying to
we
do
just
some
built some
promotion
spam.
in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, so then we get to Cassandra, and then what happens is the three guys, because Human Torch is back up now. So we
Yep.
have Deadpool, Wolverine, and Human Torch being they're chained up and parade in front of Cassandra, and Deadpool just starts like really throwing Chris Evans' character under the bus hard. He's like,
Yo, he said this. He said
said
this.
this, he said you were that, and he's really irking out Cassandra, who eventually just does this and rips the whole flesh off of Human Torch. It's really disgusting, actually. She just goes like that, and he just turns into a giant flesh puppet, and then he falls apart on the ground. And instantly, we understand just how diabolical she is, just how powerful she is, menacing she is, and she'll just rip the whole flesh off your body, and it doesn't cost her anything. She's actually a pretty great adversary. She's like the strongest villain and most diabolical villain we've seen in content in a long time.
Yeah.
Which ultimately becomes kind of underwhelming at the end of the film the way that all plays out.
Yeah. All right. So they all
Are
get
you back
into.
from the bathroom
I'm
yet?
back from the bathroom. I'm back from the
Okay.
bathroom after that. They get into Elias is coming
Wait,
now.
did you see that moment?
I did not see that moment.
Oh, you missed it?
Oh,
Okay.
you
No,
missed a
I
good
heard
moment.
them talk about it, and I was like, "Oh, I missed something great."
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Now, also, Wolverine gets a little aggressive on her, and what she does is she goes like this, whoop, whoop, and
Yeah.
just smashes him into the ground, and then skids him out.
Yeah,
She's spectacularly powerful.
she is. Yeah. It's, even when you see her with Paradox, and I thought it was pretty cool. The whole she did kind of like the
Yeah,
the
she
witch
might.
thing,
So she's
all up in
kind of
their
like she's
heads.
got an interesting power set. It's kind of a cross between Professor X
Right.
and say Jean, where she's
Yeah.
she's definitely telekinetic in some regard, and she's able to mentally read your mind. But the way she reads a mind,
Yes, the thickness.
she physically puts her hand in your head and reads it off of your brain.
Yeah.
And the way they show it, so she reads Deadpool's brain in this scene. She might have still been in the bathroom for that one. So that's the
Okay.
first time you see her use that power set. And she
All right.
basically says you're truly pathetic.
Yeah. And
Right.
he's like, she never said that. Vanessa never said that. She's like, yeah, I know, but
Right. She was thinking it.
yeah. What a jerk.
Elias is coming. There's a bit of chaos. They jump off. They jump onto. Wolverine jumps onto a Sentinel's leg, I believe it was.
Yes,
Right,
it was looking like
So
yeah.
Elias is the cloud monster that eats you in the void.
Right.
So if you get swallowed up by the cloud, the purple cloud monster dragon thing,
You're done.
Done.
Yeah.
Completely done. So they blast off into a plane on a cliff somewhere. Kind of get themselves together. They went into a. He says, "I smell food," and there was a restaurant there. They kind of start talking. That's where we find out about Wolverine, and we got a little. Did we get
A little background
a little background of what happened?
as he's drinking rubbing alcohol.
Right, as he's drinking rubbing alcohol, which I'm.
Your liver's that.
So we get a little background on why he is the way he is, and they now he tries to convince Wade. Oh, I'm sorry, Wade tries to convince Wolverine. He's like, "Listen, we can." What did he say specifically? Because he said it in a specific way of how he can bring back he can fix what happened in his dimension. It's like an educated wish.
Yeah, he said that after.
He
said
says
that,
that in the car.
Right.
He was
So
up the car.
So they end up going trying to find, because they also talked about a band of rebels. So they go to try to find the rebels, and they come across handsome Deadpool, I guess we'll call
Nice
him.
pool.
Nice Pool.
No, well,
yes.
first we get Dogpool.
Dogpool.
Yeah.
Which is actually one of the world's ugliest dog recently in
This is an ugly dog. It is.
Yeah.
I don't even know. It's a Chihuahua of some sort. I don't even know.
I don't know what
It's
it is.
spectacularly fangled.
Oh man, but Deadpool loves it. Loves it. Like
He's like
holding it, licking it in its mouth.
Yeah,
And
they're definitely tonguing, and it's not CGI.
yeah, it's all real. It's all real, and it's very graphic. And then here comes Nice Pool, and Nice Pool looks like a yogi almost.
Yeah.
He's like Fabio.
Yeah, he has no mask, just long hair and a man bun. He's very like a very anatomic suit with abs and everything.
Yeah.
You know, and
He's like, come to your papa.
yeah, come to your papa.
And it is Ryan Reynolds playing both characters.
Yes.
And what Nice Pool has that Deadpool covets, other than the dog, is a pair of golden desert eagles.
Yes,
Right.
and he wants them. So they get into a
really
little
wants them.
dialogue. And he wants some desert eagles.
Yeah.
So it gets into a little dialogue, and he's like, we need to find. Well, first he warns them about the roving band of Deadpools. They're bad news, and they were like, they're looking for the rebel factions and whatnot. So he's like, you know what, I got a ride for you. Come check this out. And it was a Honda Odyssey, which Deadpool absolutely despises
because he was selling the Kia, and he just craps all over the Honda.
just all over the Honda. So they end up getting in it, going on their adventure, and while they're driving, they're having a little back and forth talk, and comes to find out Wolverine he abruptly breaks, and he was like, "Wait, what did you just say?" And he was like, "Well, I made an educated wish,
Wish.
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
educated wish that we can bring, we can make things right on your side." And at that point, Wolverine just unleashes on him verbally.
No, wait.
What?
Deadpool looks at Wolverine and says, "I'm gonna fight you now."
No.
No, no,
He
no,
said
no.
that
That was
after
before. After he unleashes
Wolverine.
verbally on him and just
Oh,
insults
yes.
this
Not
man.
physically. Yeah.
And he looks at him. He's like, "I'm going to fight you now."
Now, I'll say this is where Hugh Jackman as an actor just has so much life force and gravitas that he
Yeah,
brings to every role he's ever been in. Like if you see The Fountain, it's not necessarily a great movie, but the performance he's giving in it is insane. And he does that in the car in this moment. He just kind of like rips his heart out and smashes Deadpool in the face with some real harsh wake up kind of stuff. And it's relentless. It's actually long. It's like
Yeah, he goes on.
it's a minute and a half barrage at least of just ripping his guts out. And then you're right. And then Deadpool looks at him. He goes, "I'm gonna
I'm gonna,
fight you now."
right. And they get into this. I would say
Yo,
probably the greatest car fight scene.
I've never seen a better
Absolutely.
one.
Like, and it goes on to a point where they cut away, and then Deadpool is just wrapped up in seatbelts, and
And they're sleeping.
Wolverine is sleeping.
They get so exhausted
'Cause-
that they pass out from fighting.
Exactly, because like you got two people that heal so fast, and they just have so much energy. Like there's really no end to that fight now, unless someone is
Yeah,
like
they just timed
really
out.
messed up. So they fall asleep. They're sleeping. We get some feet. Someone gets in the car, drives away, and they awaken into a kind of. It was like what was the Scarlet
Almost
Witch?
like a dojo. It felt like the Ninja Turtles lair.
Kind
Yeah.
of, yeah. But you saw
Weapons
the
on the
mural of the
wall.
Scarlet Witch on the ceiling. What was
Yes,
that
right.
place she was at? Where was she? Where all the dark magic was at? Anyway, so they wake up there and they're trying to figure out where they're at. And here comes people. We got Elektra coming in.
Jennifer Garner, who
Right,
looks
Jennifer
great
Garner.
still, by the way.
She still looked good. She still looked
Yeah.
good in that suit.
Yeah, she did.
We had Jennifer Garner come in. We had my man Blade.
When
Blade.
Blade came out, everyone in the
Man.
crowd went nuts. And people were
Man,
clapping. I was like,
Yeah.
he still got it.
yeah, he still got it. And then we had Channing Tatum as
It's Gambit,
As
the movie
Gambit.
that never happened.
Wait, and that was his reality in it. So, and that was what was so funny is these actors are in character, but they're talking meta through the character at the reality of their characters. So,
Yeah.
like the Blade franchise went dead, Elektra didn't work out, and they're talking about how that happened. But Shannon Tatum's it never happened. It
Yeah,
just
he's
never
like, I don't
existed.
remember anything. I don't remember where I came from. I don't remember being born. And then he's like,
Like, I was-
who's your
it was
voice?
like,
Who's your voice coaching? The Minions?
Oh man!
Like every time
Yeah,
he's
his
talking,
voice
it's like
is-
I need subtitles. Like, what is he saying?
Well, and that was the running joke. You really couldn't understand his accent at all. It was intentionally bad.
Yeah.
But great though. But it was Gambit
No,
from
it
the
wasn't.
cartoon series. But it
No,
was
it
like
wasn't. You understand
I
Gambit from the
understood Gambit.
cartoon.
Yeah, I understood him. He was just saying
This
things. I'm
was,
like, what?
this was made rough to be rough and laughable.
Well, I'm not gonna
And
lie.
I actually thought that Gambit was an unfortunate choice the way they took him because Gambit's such a great heroic character,
I mean we see
and they turned him into just a one line joke for the Deadpool movie. He was a joke character in this.
He was a joke character, but
No, he was
I
legit
mean,
when he fought though.
yeah, he was pretty. Like the way he was using his powers was pretty dope. Like, come on.
Well, it's
Come
the only time we've really ever seen him use his powers in any content, so it's hard to compare
No,
it.
we saw the other Gambit in that
A little bit,
what was that, the Wolverine movie?
yeah.
Either
In
way, the way they did in this movie was pretty good. It was pretty legit. So we had these three, and then come off to the side is X-23, and then Deadpool is telling Logan like, "That's the one. That's your daughter
Yeah.
or whatever person it was." So more dialogue. They're trying to be like, okay, well, we came from what's her name, bald head Xavier wannabe,
Cassandra.
Cassandra. we escaped from there, and they're just like, well, if y'all can escape, then maybe there's a chance that we can fight them. Blah, blah, blah. So now they come up with a plan. Wolverine goes off. He's like, listen, I'm not part of this. I don't want nothing to do with this. He just want to soak and drink all of Gambit's alcohol. So he goes out there. That does
Which
exactly
also, Gambit blew the bottle up that it was drinking from because he was like, nobody drinks my alcohol. I don't want you drinking all my alcohol. But then he
He's
blew
like,
it
you
up.
don't drink a man's alcohol without asking. It was more proving a point, Jack. That's all.
Was the principle? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because it felt like cutting your nose off and spite your face.
It was,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
principle.
yeah.
though.
All right.
So X-23 goes out there to talk to him.
Yep.
And pretty much said, "Oh, you was a great." And I believe this was the X-23 from Deadpool's universe.
I don't think you.
No,
No,
that was X-23 Logan. That was her grown up.
It's the same character, but I don't think it's the same variant. Because didn't X-23 have 3 claws in the Logan movie?
She had 3 claws in this movie.
yeah,
She had 2 claws in the foot claw. This movie.
That's how she
Right.
was in Logan movie.
that's how she was in. And look, because the one that has 3 claws is his son.
Did she have 2 claws in the movie or 3?
She had 2.
Two claws
She
in
had
the foot.
she had 3. She had 2 claws in her hands, and she had the feet claws.
Oh, okay. Because I thought there was a discrepancy there.
No.
I don't understand why it would be the same one, though. Why would she be in the void?
Maybe
Yeah,
she was causing
doesn't
too
make
much
any
problems,
sense.
and they had to prune her. Who knows?
No, she got pruned.
How would she be causing timeline discrepancy?
We
problems?
don't know. It's a whole bunch of stuff we haven't seen, Jack.
I have to say, I think this
Let
is
it go.
probably a different version of her.
Okay, I'll accept that. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
You're right. It
And-
doesn't matter,
but
and for all
after-
intents and purposes, it just doesn't matter. She could have had She could be the same version of her variant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she goes off talking about her Logan and how heroic he was, and gave her a chance and the other kids to grow up. And then Logan, LL Logan, he goes into the rest of his story of why he is the way he is, and
We know
he
it's the same actress.
right.
Yeah.
So he has to go off and he was like, she was telling you don't have to, and he was like, no, I have to. This is the first time I ever said it aloud, and we come to find out that he not just went and killed the humans, but he just went off and killed everyone. He just went on a killing spree, pretty much,
Right.
and
right.
just not everyone that he killed was guilty.
Right.
You know, he killed innocents, he killed women, he killed children, and he's just soaking in that, and that's why he drinks, and that's why he is the way he is. So she goes off and gives him a little pep speech and pep talk, and then walks off. And now,
He's got that great line, which you already said.
Yeah.
You were never the
You're never the right guy until you are, something like that.
right, which was actually maybe the best line in the whole film.
so now everyone hops into the Honda Odyssey.
The Odyssey.
And we are.
And how is this thing not just completely covered in blood at this point?
I mean, maybe they
Hey, held it
scrubbed
off.
it a little bit. I don't know. And they all hop in because now they're going to confront Cassandra because I believe she said that she's able to get out of the.
Yes. So they
Out
can
of
send
the
people
void.
back. Yes.
Right.
That's good.
So they're like, okay, well, if you guys can get away from her, then we can fight her and we can find out how to get out of here. So now they're all going. They're kind of hoping for for Logan to pop up, but
Well, the plan they come up with is they say Wolverine says or Deadpool, one of them says, is Magneto around because we can use his helmet to block her abilities.
right,
Yeah.
And they go, no, she wiped out Magneto first thing, and like, okay, she's that powerful. And then someone goes, well, Juggernaut has a very similar helmet, so we could put that on her.
Mhm.
Now, I have to say this. I'm jumping ahead a little bit. They do get Juggernaut's helmet, and they do put it on her to block her abilities. But Juggernaut's powers come from that helmet.
Yes.
So how did they not?
Yeah,
Are
because
they-
Juggernaut's not a mutant. Juggernaut's actually magic.
I know, but
Right.
watch this. No, he's not. The helmet's magic.
Right. I'm saying
Anyone
his
who
power.
wears the helmet gets that power. So when they put the helmet on her later to block her abilities, how did she not just become OP?
It takes time for the
questions.
powers to kick in.
What are you
These are
talking about?
questions that
Oh,
we
you know
don't
how
need to be
magic works?
asking right now. Okay.
Magic's not instant. It takes at least like 12 hours for
What
the
are you
magic.
talking about?
12
I don't know.
hours.
Jack, you're arguing facts that are obviously made up.
Yeah, but the facts that you're even talking about aren't even made up.
Uh, he's
If
trying
you
to go
don the
with a
helmet of
medicinal
Juggernaut,
world.
doth take you 12 hours to become the Juggernaut.
Well,
Yeah, it's like a pill. You take the pill, 12 hours
I
kick
thought
in.
they were going to put the helmet on themselves.
That's what I thought too.
Like the second they put it on her and she started like going insane, I was like, wait, what are you doing? That's not how that helmet works.
okay, but
Okay,
before
anyway,
we get there,
let's get back to it.
Vinny Jones was supposed to replay the Juggernaut, and he refused to do it because he says he didn't want to put on the suit.
That guy didn't look like he was wearing a suit. Looked like he was wearing. Looked like it
Yeah.
was him.
Yeah, I think Vinny Jones just
a
did.
really
Just,
hot
he just didn't want to get in shape. That's probably the truth.
Yeah, I mean, because
probably
Vinny Jones, when he was Juggernaut, he actually wore like a latex suit. That wasn't his
Yeah.
body. That guy that was Juggernaut, that looked like his body just wearing the
I think he's
clothes.
a
costume.
He's a wrestler. That dude.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So anyway, they're now pulling up to Cassandra's lair, who is we should probably point out that is a variant of Ant-Man in his giant form.
Well, it's almost the version in Old Man Logan. So in Old Man Logan, the place is a post-apocalyptic world, and one of the places that exists is inside the course of a giant Ant-Man.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what's going on. They're living in Ant-Man's booty.
Yeah. So Wesley Snipes he comes out of the sunroof with a rocket launcher. And like, where'd you get that? It's like, oh, Punisher. Which I wish it would have had one of the Punishers.
Dolph? How about Dolph Lundgren coming back, man?
That would have been awesome.
All right. So yes, they blow their hands in. They blow their hands out. Excuse me. They're able to drive in. Little cinematic pull out or stop, and then they all get out the vehicle.
Which doesn't make any sense for a surprise attack to surprise get in and then just stop and monologue.
We got a monologue. We got to get a little bit of monologue.
You have too much going on for you not to address it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And now Cassandra comes out, says a few words, and it comes in front of, oh wait, well you're missing one, and then next thing you know, the back hatch opens up, and here comes Logan. Like,
yeah.
Now we're here to play.
Now we're cooking with fire.
Yeah, and now some more BS talking, and it was like, okay, you know what? Fight. Now this is where
this also didn't make any sense though. Like,
it doesn't make sense, Jack.
This girl is so powerful. She could have just ripped the skin off of all of them at once.
But we need the fight scene, Jack.
And so we got it. We got it for reasons.
Reasons, exactly, Jack.
All right, I'll take it. I'll take
so
it.
everyone
I'm not
gets
saying I didn't enjoy it.
Everyone gets in there, and they're all getting a piece, right? And
Can I ask you a question?
No, not right now. I'm going to talk about Gambit because his power, like the way he was using his powers, was pretty. At first, I was like, "What is happening here?" Because he was just like hitting them, and they were kind of just doing things. But then you saw that he was like sticking them with the cards, and then boom, kind of like a delayed, explosion, and he was just blowing them all up.
He was controlling the charge,
right?
Yeah.
And it was so great, and I was loving it. I was like, "Yo, I wish I got more of that. I want more of that right there." Okay, Jack, what's your question?
Did you feel like one of my favorite cameos in this is Wesley Snipes, but I felt like the whole the meta of these guys coming back because they tell us this in the movie. Deadpool literally tells us, the audience, this, and he tells them this. He goes, "This is a chance for you guys whose franchises are dead and did not go over very well near the end of it to reclaim the legacy of your characters." And so on some level, that's the ride I'm down for. So I want to see Elektra in a electrifying way. So when this movie is over, and I know she's going to be fodder for the film, that I'm like, yo, legacy preserved. And, Gambit, right? This is the movie that never happened for Shannon Tatum. And so him stepping into Gambit, I was hoping for a dope Gambit, and this was a joke Gambit. Wasn't it dope?
The dialogue was joke, but the fighting was
fighting was great.
Okay.
What?
And so my question is this though: was Wesley Snipes' cameo in this better preserving his legacy than the way Like, do we even see him really fighting in this?
Wesley Snipes stands on the ramp and he says, "Motherfuckers."
I know he says the line.
And then he starts jacking him up. Come on, man. When he said that, I was like, I knew it was coming, and I said it with him, and I'm like,
I did too.
Yeah.
Now, listen, I'm not saying it wasn't fan service and nostalgic. I'm asking, is this what the film presented? This is what the film presented. It presented that these three characters' cinematic legacy is going to be re-energized and preserved in the best way possible by the time they exit the screen. I don't know that actually happened.
No, they're kicking butt. They're tearing people up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's their cinematic legacy. It's just their legacy in their universe.
It's just one more shot to go out on top.
Exactly. And that's exactly what they did. They fought until they couldn't fight anymore. And then, the thing happened.
Okay. And so while they're fighting all the faceless henchmen kind of vibe, the foot soldiers.
No, they weren't. Well, no, someone was.
No, it wasn't faceless. You had all the villains from Fox. You had the villains from Punisher. You had, I forgot what other villains you have.
But they're being presented in a foot soldier kind of way.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But you have in all horror movies, you have to have, your henchmen that you gotta get beat. You gotta beat up.
Yeah. So while they're fighting the Blade,
Blade actually took out whatchamacallit, the red dude. Nightcrawler's father. At least I'm assuming he's Nightcrawler's father.
Red Crawler.
Red Crawler, whatever his name is. But so they're fighting through everything, and Wolverine and Deadpool obviously got to go to the big bad. They get a boost up, right? Yeah. They get a boost up, and they get up there, and then Cassandra tells controls Wolverine to kind of boom, put your claws in the ground, sit up straight, whatever, bow down to me. First of all, she knocks out Deadpool, just threw it like up and down. He was all mangled and disheveled and whatnot. So now she's going off into Logan's like, "Why you messing with this guy?" Blah blah blah, and then kind of gets into his head with that finger that she has really long fingers. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they made her fingers look weird.
Man, but
that was the idea.
Dug that finger deep in his forehead and then got into his psyche, and you see that he was kind of just like, hearing the voices of the people that he let down and killed, and she was kind of reasoning with him, and then like, I can make you great again and all this. But it was all a ruse, because while all that was happening, they chopped off Juggernaut's head. X-23 got the bag up there. With the helmet on there. Deadpool got the helmet, slapped it on her head, and then she kind of just went all crazy and freaky and got the veins sticking out and everything. And
she lost her powers, essentially.
Yeah, she lost her powers, essentially. And then, he was like, "Listen, you're gonna send us back." And she was like, "Wait, the only way I could do that is if you take the helmet off. And if you take the helmet off, I'm going to kill you.
I'm going to kill you."
Yeah.
So then what happens is we get the B plot where Pyro is actually in cahoots with Paradox, and they're trying to overthrow Cassandra, working together. And so he walks into her lair and puts 2 or 3 in her chest.
Yeah.
But she's not dead.
She's not
just
dead.
bleeding out.
She's dying.
Yeah. She's dying. So pretty much now it's like, okay, take the helmet off, and she can pretty much save herself, right? Well, they knock out, because Pyro starts going on a little bit of a backstory and rant, and Wolverine's like, "No, we're not doing that."
Deadpool knocks him out, and because not everyone gets a monologue. Not everyone gets a monologue in this movie. It's great.
So they take the helmet off, and she's able to save herself. And they were like, "Okay, well, there is a way that you can get back." And she starts talking about a strange little wizard that was brought to the void, and she took out a sling ring.
Much. It's like, Marvel Sparkly Circle.
Marvel Sparkly Circles. And while this is happening, here comes Adrian.
Purple.
Not Adrian. What's his name again? It's weird that he has a regular Elias.
Right.
Here comes Elias, and he's about to just start eating everyone up. So now they have a little bit of time. She's like, you got a few seconds to run to that portal.
Four seconds.
She got 4 seconds to run into this portal and go save your world.
So they give us this 4 seconds, Zack Snyder style.
Zack Snyder slow motion. I sat there. I'm like, Jack loves all of this right here. All of this slow motion running. They finally make it through.
Listen, I love slow motion. I really do. No, I do. I'll eat anything in 2,000 frames per second.
That's what. Anyway. So they make it onto the street, and the portal's still open. They're making it on Deadpool Street. The portal's still open. They have to figure out where everything's at. The portal's not closing, right? And what happened? The dog comes through.
The dog comes through. He's like, oh, he's so excited.
So excited that the dog comes through. And also at this point, Wolverine now has the sleeves off.
Yep, because he lost him in the fight with Deadpool.
So Dogpool comes in, and then obviously, if Dogpool comes through, Nice Pool coming in too.
Right.
So now she's like, okay, well, we got the other Deadpools are coming. Pretty much, the other Deadpools are now Cassandra's henchmen.
Yeah,
that are going to stop, because now Cassandra wants the MacGuffin. Did they name the thing? They named the thing. We're just going to call it the MacGuffin.
It's the Time Ripper or something like that.
Right.
It's
Because
the
now
Time Ripper, right.
she wants the power of the Time Ripper to pretty much destroy all the universes,
and so only leave the void where she's in control.
Right. So in order for that to happen, she needs a distraction for these two guys, and now come out the portal is all the roving band of Deadpools, pretty much. You got Lady Deadpool, who's looking all,
That was Blake Lively.
That was Blake Lively?
It was Blake Lively. And the kid Deadpool was their daughter, Inez.
Oh, all right. Look at that. Got the family in that thing. It's a beautiful thing. So you got all these Deadpools coming out, and pretty much they got to get down to it. They start shooting, right?
Wait. Before that, that's right. They start shooting, and he grabs Nice
Pool, and he's using him as a shield. And they duck the cover, and they go get the whole. He's like, okay, how long does it take for you to heal? He's like, heal? I don't heal.
Yeah, he doesn't regenerate.
I don't. It's like what? So he grabs him again.
He goes that bagel cart over there. That's how all of them heal. They have like med kits.
Triage.
So he grabs him again,
and then he just stops midway though.
And then his head blows up, and he makes it over to the bagel cart, and he's like doing like fake CPR and trying to resuscitate him. And then they get to after the shooting, they get down with the blades and everything. They come out, and this was
whoa! Don't skip why he did it in the first place.
To get his guns, obviously.
Right.
To get his guns and his dog. Like, come on, what are we talking about?
He just wanted Nice Pool's Golden Desert Eagles.
Yes. So now Deadpool and Wolverine, they come out from behind the bagel cart, and they were like, yo, we about to do this. Take out swords and guns and whatnot. But before that, Wolverine pulls the mask, and I was like, man, that looks good. That looks good. Pulls the mask up, and now they're getting into it. Now it's just a full-on carnage of just shots.
To Madonna.
Just shots and slashing and body parts being cut off, and it just very graphic, very bloody. It's almost side-scroller-esque as they're going down the street through the bus. And you saw some of the Deadpools are actually trying to run away. Like the Wild West one, he was just taking shots and like backing up. He tried to run out the roof of the bus, got dragged back down. Very bloody, very brutal scene. And at the end of that scene, mind you, all the Deadpools are going down, and I'm thinking to myself, they should be like,
That's
Rich,
what I'm thinking.
Just enjoy it, Rich. They get out there, and baby Deadpool is sitting on the mailbox, and he's just laughing and all giddy and whatnot. And then next thing you know, they look back, and all the Deadpools are getting back up. I'm like, oh, they about to do this again? This going to be a long fight.
Right.
But what happens?
Here comes the most powerful character in the MCU rolls up.
Peter comes through in his Deadpool suit,
with a massive package.
Listen,
Oh my god!
that's why. That's one of
like-
the reasons why Peter's the man. Okay.
Yeah, he got that BDE.
He comes through, pulls his mask off. Everyone recognizes him as Peter, and they're like, Peter, and they all celebrate.
Well, what does he say though? He goes, "This Deadpool's with me.
Right.
These guys are with me."
These guys are with me, and everyone's like, "Oh, like you guys know Peter?" It's like we all know a Peter.
Yeah.
So like we all have a Peter. So everyone celebrates. They're cheering Peter and like hoisting him up.
It was awesome.
Now they go down. They go down to the subway because they got to take care of Cassandra and
Right.
Paradox and so on and so forth. So now they punch Paradox because he's trying to do this whole like
Well,
like he's
Paradox tells him Cassandra's gonna activate the Time Ripper, and the only way to stop her is if you go below the Time Ripper to the
Right.
power cables. But it's going to tear you apart once you do it.
right.
And so Wolverine and Logan get into a pissing contest of which
who's gonna
one's going
sacrifice.
to be the most heroic to be torn apart.
Right. And we thought that it was going to be Wolverine because he's like, listen, I got nothing to live for. You got
Right.
he pulls out a picture of Deadpool's family. He's like, you have your world.
Yeah.
Let me have this. So he goes and he was like, nah, he punched him in the head or something?
Well, he says okay. He says yes.
Yeah.
But he says yes, but he eventually, punches him in the head or like distracts him.
He just snakes him and then goes
Right.
and locks the door.
Goes in, locks the door, and then he does this whole little thing where like, like
He does the stairs and the flakes flying.
a whole bunch of dumbness. So he goes in there, he gets one side, he's making his way across, and the whole time while this is happening, Cassandra has her arms in the machine. She's absorbing the power. You can see the universe starting to decay behind the machine. And Deadpool has one side, he's now struggling to get to the other side. And while all this is happening, mind you, this was, in my opinion, was a long scene.
Yeah.
But Wolverine was just punching the door. Finally, he gets through it. He grabs Deadpool's hand, like at the last, like maybe like 2 seconds. Deadpool's hand. He makes his way over to the other side, puts his claws through it, and his shirt rips off.
And I was like, yo,
man,
Hugh Jackman still got it.
Well, a lot of this was CGI, but spectacular effects.
But Deadpool was sitting there checking him out as usual.
Spectacular.
Spectacular. So
He was checking them out. He was side-eye checking them out.
They're getting electrified or whatever it is, neutrons, protons, and all types of other trons. And, they end up backfeeding, I guess, the power to Cassandra, and she ends up just
they're shorting it out.
obliterating.
Essentially, there's like matter, energy, and anti-energy, and it's like positive and negative, and you essentially just shorting it out.
So the universe pretty much starts coming back together. Cassandra blows up.
Well, they have that Rocky moment where they both get their past memories that fuel their emotional tank that tips them over the overboard to survive it.
So we have what's her name from the TVA?
Oh, the black girl.
Right.
Girl.
So
Agent 15.
Agent 15? What's her name? Veretti?
But she was
Agent 15. Anyway. So
Agent 15 totally blows up though, right? Like the energy surges, it explodes her, the timeline is basically restored.
Right.
It's actually healing itself, so it's even better than it was before the movie started.
Right. So LL Logan has nowhere to go, so he ends up just staying in what is it? They're in Earth 10006, right?
So he's technically in the MCU, but not in the MCU. He's in a different Earth, right?
Right. Yeah. So Logan ends up staying. They were like, okay, well, let's go get some shawarma. They take Paradox away. They take Paradox away.
Don't skip the other Peter moment.
Oh, Peter.
Peter comes down and just rizzes Agent 50, whatever.
She's about to prune Logan, and she's about to prune Deadpool and send him back to the void. And then Peter pops in, and she's like,
"Damn,
Gaga."
Man,
she's that bold. She's like, let me see what that pool can do.
It goes from them about to get pruned to them having leverage to get their expired IPs out of the void.
Yeah.
So
Oh
we
yeah.
get
Yeah. Yeah.
X-23 comes out of the void, and this is all because of the power of Peter.
All because of the power
The
of
power
listen,
of the Peter. That's it,
if
man.
you got good enough Peter, you can make anything happen. All right.
Damn right you can.
So so yes. So Peter comes through. He puts that thing on the table. He's like, "Listen, this is how it's going to be." She was like, "You right, Daddy." And,
Yes, Daddy.
and everything was good in the world. They went to go get shawarma. As they're sitting there eating their shawarma, Pup Pool comes, or dead dog, whatever.
Dog
She
pool.
comes.
Deadpool?
Dog Pool comes again, super ecstatic because you got your dog now. Plus, he got his gold Desert Eagles. So they go to have a little touchy moment, whatever. And then Logan or Wade was like, "Listen, I'll see you around." He was like, "No, you won't." He proceeds to walk away. But then what happened? He came back for whatever reason.
Well, so Wolverine's walking away, and you really get the feeling like this is probably the last time we're gonna see him.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then Deadpool goes, "Hey, Logan," and Logan turns around, and it cuts to Logan and Deadpool walking into the Blind Owl's place,
Right. Yeah.
and so now Wolverine is just part of the gang.
Yeah.
Part of the gang, they're at game night or whatever their little routine night is.
And
And
everybody.
everyone's there. Yeah. You got everyone up there. Everyone's having a good time. They're all sitting around. Logan is still, or not Logan, Wade is still looking at Vanessa.
Yeah.
And with his loving eyes. And he was just like, and Logan looks at him like, "Give me the dog, talk to the
Talk
girl."
to the girl.
And that's where we leave it at.
Yeah.
Very heartwarming moment.
And then the credits roll, and
Credits
we
roll,
get
and you get all the montage of all of the
It was a
Fox movies.
Yeah,
and
it was a good
everything.
buy letter to the Fox
Yeah.
universe.
And also we get a shot of Stan Lee within that. And then after that, the post credit scene
is Chris Evans and Deadpool in the TVA, and he's like,
Yes.
"Let me show you something," and he shows the footage of Chris Evans going ham on Cassandra. He's like, "I told you," he said it. "I told you."
told you. He was just going off talking about Cassandra. He's like, "Go off, Queen," and I was like, yeah, he was getting in it, and like the whole, because there was a camera up top, and then Deadpool was kind of glinting up a little bit, and then letting Chris Evans just continue. And I was like, well, you know what? I miss Chris Evans getting killed, but he deserved it. I mean,
he was true.
talking-
Deadpool was flying.
he was talking a lot of smack over there. So, and that was our post-credit scene. And yeah, that was Deadpool and Wolverine. Gentlemen, who are at the end. How do y'all feel about it? Well, I guess we can rate this thing, right?
Let's rank it.
Let's give it a rating.
I give it a 9.
Jack?
8.
Eight.
Fair enough.
That's yeah.
It's and it's not because, listen, man, it's a somewhat begrudging 8, but it's a enjoyable film. I'm probably gonna go watch it again this week.
I'll watch it again.
It's so much fun. The movie's so much fun. It's not a great story, but it is exactly what the movie set out to do.
Exactly. I'm also giving it a 9 because again, this is going to be. It's going. Not only am I going to get the digital copy, I'm going to get the physical copy, and I'm going to watch the hell out of this thing.
I just wish, man, I wish that montage in the beginning was a little more flushed out.
Jack, keep your fingers
Yeah,
crossed.
I mean-
when we get the DVD or Blu-ray or whatever the release, we may have extended scenes and stuff like that. So let's see what we
But
got.
it's probably those extended scenes not going to be the montage stuff. It's going to be the scenes.
You don't
it's
know
going to
that.
be ambit
We don't
stuff.
know. We'll see what happens.
We don't know.
Listen,
We'll see.
Yeah, maybe.
this was a 2-hour movie. They probably got a lot on the cutting room floor.
So collectively, what we gave it 8 and a quarter, 8 3/4.
8 3/4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was the main event. That was Deadpool and Wolverine. Chris.
You want to hit the comments before I give my recommendations?
Oh, let's do that. Yes. And there are a lot because we were talking for quite a bit. We got Deadpool. No, wait. Am I in the right spot? There we go. The thing wasn't going down. No. Get them all the Milky Dude.
I'll talk about the Final Fantasy games. I don't play shit. I don't play childish games.
Great.
Wow. That's
Wow,
disrespect
Corey.
on that one. Blade news. There has been and will always be one Blade. His name is Snipes. Yes, I agree. But hopefully,
Deadpool made a comment about that.
Yeah.
She-Hulk. Whatever
Easy
answer
She-Hulk.
Corey, She-Hulk.
Y'all a D. Y'all need to play.
Talking about the Final Fantasy games still.
Deadpool. Okay.
Yeah.
Cavill could play Superior in MCU. They've been talking about that. I mean, he could possibly play that. Yeah, I can see it.
But I like Cavalry.
Yeah, Calverine was pretty. I was like, yeah,
That's gonna be
I was like, why did they just show his back and he just like dipped real quick?
Yeah.
But then when they did the whole of the rejection, I was like, oh wow.
He's like, come play across the street.
Yeah. Deadpool cameos made perfect sense. They were all 21st century.
Yep, it was clear IP.
Highest grossing theatrical rated. I'm assuming
R-rated theatrical
release. Yep. We got opening scene, just epic opening scene. Just saying, it was pretty good. Agreed, fun, cute. Seeing Logan and Wade together.
Yep.
Desiree popped in here and said, "Hey, hello, Desiree. If you're still
What
here,
up,
sorry
Desiree?
about that. We were engulfed in getting this all out because it was a lot." I want my superhero to be bigger than life. Covering lets me down. What are you trying to say? You want to see his butt cheeks? What's going on here? What coverings are we talking about here? It's the same actors playing X-23, right? We talked about that. Blake Lively was OG inspiration. Lady Deadpool, yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. Corey says it's true. It's probably true.
Blake Lively was the OG inspiration for Lady Deadpool.
Well, you know, Samuel L. was the inspiration for the
Ultimate Nick Fury.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it does happen.
Oh, we got a super sticker. Red box of popcorn from Viv.
Give me the Don Juan DeMarco.
Don Juan DeMarco. Do we have the Don Juan DeMarco? My thing's been acting up. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. I'll just give you the air horns. I can find the air horns.
Thank you.
Viv's just hopped on. Funny movie. Totally recommend it. Yes. And I believe she just commented as we did. She also gave it a 9. That was just a correction on the hopped. I choose violence at 7.
Wow.
7.
Wow.
Who hurt you, etc.
No, you know what? 7's pretty fair. If not having a solid storyline is a hang up, you're gonna get hung up on this film.
I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, sure. Who needs
sure.
A storyline? I have to see it again. It may go lower. Wow.
No,
you know what? Go back to your family. Why are you here right now?
There's a wing. There's a wing.
He just messing with us. You know, he knows.
It's gonna go lower.
And she said it again. I hopped on. Funny movie. Totally recommended. Thank you.
In case you missed the first time.
Yeah, we got that. All right, listen. That was the movie. That's us rambling and giving you the best show that we can. But first, before we go, do we have recommendations, Chris?
I do. So we got a ton of cameos. Actually, Jack, can you sing for me?
Can I recommendation?
Thank you. So wait, hold on a second, Bash. So we got a lot of cameos. There's been some other great cameos in the superhero movies. So I'm gonna give you some of the cameos that gave us the tingles in the past. In no particular order, Superman showing up at the end of Black Adam. The last time we get to see Cavill. Yeah. Last time we get to see Cavill in the suit. Tony Stark when he shows up at the end of Hulk. That kind of led us on to the idea that this is going to be these movies are going to be bigger than what we think they may be.
Right.
Tony Stark is in.
Yes, at the end.
Showed up at the
end. With
General
Ross.
Right.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I don't ever think of that one. I think of the Nick Fury cameo at the end of the Iron Man as like
a good one too. So that's a good one too. Wolverine in X-Men First Class when they ask him to join and he just says "F off."
Yeah.
That's awesome cameo. Donald Glover in Across the Spider-Verse when he's Prowler.
Yes.
Yes.
Because he's the OG inspiration for Miles Morales.
Right. And the entire X-Men squad in Deadpool 2, when Deadpool makes a comment like, we only have money for just why is this place always empty? And then they look and there's a door open and see all of the X-Men inside.
Yes.
It was awesome. And then there's some these aren't really cameos, but when Brad Pitt was in Deadpool 2, when he was the invisible guy, and for 1 second they show him, which is kind of cool. You use such a big, huge star for like such an insignificant role.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So those are some of the awesome cameos that we've had.
Well, don't skip. Does kind of in vein of this movie? Obviously, the Spider-Man movie, we get the three Spider-Man.
I mean, that's the. You know what? I don't really classify that as a cameo because they were so essential to the plot. I don't know.
That's
fair.
Yeah. Yeah, these guys just show up in either end credit scenes or just in passing, and then you have a couple other cool ones like you get Howard the Duck and Guardians and a few others.
Yes, you get Nick Cage in the which one was that? In the Superman, in the Flash movie. The Flash movie, you get him in this Flash movie, but you don't get a cameo. Whatever sense that makes. And then you can't listen. Whether you like the movie or not, you got a lot of cameos in the Doctor Strange film. I mean, a lot of worthless cameos. Not bad in the sense of they're bad cameos. They just don't do anything for the film.
And then another cameo, which was cool. You get was it Miss Chen, the lady from Venom? You get that from the Across the Spider-Verse when he pops in and he sees the lady from the lady who owns the bodega.
Oh right.
Oh okay. Yeah.
And what about the cameos we got in Madam Web?
What?
I don't. I just felt like saying Madam
Web.
What?
Okay, whatever.
That's it. Sebastian, what do you want to show today? Those are my cameos.
My keyboard.
Wow. Are you gonna play it?
What you doing? What you playing?
Yeah.
So Sebastian's on. He's about to learn a new skill. He's gonna start taking piano lessons soon. So
can you do the song from Big?
No.
Can you learn that one for us and play it next week?
Sure.
Probably.
All right.
So, which one sounds better? This one. That one or this one?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, messed up.
The first one.
The first? I'll say the second one. The second one sounds like it's about to get serious.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see the progression as his piano career and his skills expand. But that's all we got for today. Oh, I'm sorry, Rich. I'm taking over. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rich.
And then you got to learn how to do the X-Men theme song after
you have to
the
learn
big
to
one,
play content adjacent music.
right? So you can get us canceled.
Yeah.
I mean, no, it's original music, right?
Yeah. Okay,
yeah. But yes, that's the show. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. We greatly appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that jazz, and we will be back. Same bat time.
Same bat channel.
There it is.